perfect, it's all about the journey. Where are you going? Fire in my eyes, I keep on growing. This is a little personal, the LA Project Show.
Doctor?
What up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Hold on, let me turn this down. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all come on in. I had to get my violins going now. This is a sad occasion. A sad occasion, according to some. But we gonna get into it. The title of the show is Why Aren't You Married? I know. If you guys think that I should be, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Welcome everybody to the show. Like I said, on both sides right now, I'm trying something new with streaming to multiple platforms at the same time. So let's go ahead and give y'all some shouts out. Welcome to Cynical One. She's usually always the first one here. Hope that you're having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, getting you some lunch or something. It's noon. What's up, Lana?
Doctor?
We got Big Dog in the building. What's going on, Shouty? Let me see something else over here. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm testing something out on the back end. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all forgive me if I sound a little awkward. Let me see here, but I'm just looking and multitasking at the same time. All right. Y'all make sure to hit that like button on the way in. It is absolutely free. It helps the algorithm so much. Help get me seen out there in these streets. What's up, Bridget? Good afternoon to you. All right, so I wanted to look at a couple of different things today. And hold on, let me just turn, like I said, let me turn down the music just a little bit. But yeah, I had to get my, get my violins on, because I'm supposed to be, feeling a certain type of way because I am not married. Now, there was an interesting conversation that happened recently. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all saw it. What's going on, Royce? Appreciate you for coming through. Y'all make sure to share the video out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who else is live right now, but let your people know that your girl is also live. You know what I'm saying? Show me a couple. Just give me a few minutes of your time. A few minutes of your time. I think you guys will like this one. All right. So we had an interesting conversation not too long ago on Wednesday. All right. And you know how sometimes these conversations can kind of twist and turn and, go different ways and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So as a host of the show, I try my best just to roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really It's, I mean, I know you guys would love to see folks go back and forth and things like that, but it's not too productive, especially after you take time to plan a show and, key points and stuff like that. It might not seem like it's a lot, but if you are a content creator, then you understand what goes into actually putting a show together. All right. So, yeah, it was an interesting conversation. Let me see here. The title was this: does loyalty limit you or limit and hold women back? We hit different aspects of that, I guess, of that topic, you know what I mean? And at this point in time, it was more of the ride or die type of label that a woman would take, you know what I'm saying, in terms of proving her loyalty. But sometimes, that's not always the best thing to do, because the person's intentions that is expecting you to ride, I mean, they could literally sacrifice you to the wolves, and then what you gonna do, it gets sticky sometimes, when it comes to this whole loyalty thing. Me personally, I don't even when it comes to like the men or people in my life, I don't even like to involve them in the type of bullshit, that I might find myself into, because I'm not trying to compromise them and what they got going on. To me, that's a form of loyalty. Hey, I got myself into this. It's not that serious. I'll get myself out, But some people, have this, I don't know, this habit of escapism, of always kind of looking externally on why their personal life and personal experiences and circumstances are going the way that they are, instead of actually saying or looking at what they did to contribute to it, because nobody has a remote control strings hooked on you. Nobody put their hand up your back, so we have to start taking responsibility, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't like to do that. It's easier to just say it's somebody else's fault. Shouts out to Terry Dow in the building. Appreciate you. You guys make sure that you hit that like, share, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're feeling so generous, go ahead and just support the channel. Let me know that you're feeling what I'm saying. Let me know what I'm doing actually touches you in a way, emotionally. Pause. Let me stop. Hold on just 1 second, because my heater just came on. I don't want you guys to hear it, so give me 1 second.
Doctor?
All right. Yeah, it's getting a little chilly here in Georgia. I don't know where you guys are living, but the seasons are changing. We actually I saw snow flurries yesterday. And I'm about maybe a couple hours away from the Tennessee border. We still had some snow yesterday, so I had to turn my heater on for a second, but it's making too much noise. All right. But yeah, the escapism, you know what I'm saying? So like you can, how far are you willing to go in order to prove yourself? Like, you showing up and being consistent, I guess, is not enough. For some people, you got to go through extra measures, extra miles, which to me, not trying to get too deep, but it kind of in terms of psychological, people who have these dependencies on other folks, because it really there's work that they didn't do on their end, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that they were fulfilled, that they were whole before they went outside of themselves to get into a relationship. And sometimes that's just how it is, right? So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the question, why isn't somebody married? There's so many different, I think, reasons that can go into it. And I be cloud watching Ooh, y'all can be vicious. Y'all can be vicious. I mean,
Doctor.
I guess, chalk it up to whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like it must be something. I must be cuckoo. That's always the go to. You know how like when women get mad at men, they be like, yo, no, your penis is small. Yeah. I know y'all heard that shit, so don't even cap. When it comes to women, usually the reason for the disillusion is because, oh, shawty crazy. Everybody crazy? Or do you like crazy women? Or can you just not articulate what really happened? Because maybe nothing happened. Maybe it was your fucking fault. Maybe you went into it with no real direction or anything, just going with the flow and seeing how things go. Like, nah, man. One thing that's I think a blessing about being being older is that you have hindsight, so you are way more intentional because you ain't got a whole lot of time to waste. You got shit to do. Hang on, you guys. Let me catch up here in the chat. What's going on, Uda? On the go. Appreciate it. The sliding through. That means did you subscribe to a player? See, a lot of y'all be hiding y'all subscriptions and stuff. I see the count go up, but I can't always see who you are. But y'all always show up, so I appreciate it. Hey, Riaz, what's going on? Yeah, so so like I said, when I'm co-hosting something, I'm trying to represent not only the project that we're putting together, the show, but the channel holder. It's a lot that kind of goes into it. And I don't know. I went to school for journalism, but at the same time, it's not like I had any media training. I feel like YouTube is a crash course for media training. All right. Like I said, for those who make content, y'all know, what I'm saying? Like you try some stuff out, you find out, okay, that really didn't hit the way that it was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Or, oh my goodness, there's over 100 people watching or whatever the case might be. Like, you know what I'm saying? It changes it changes, how you really like choose to present yourself. Sometimes you have to really think, and look before you leap. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I honestly wish that more people would do that instead of just jumping out there. I kind of just jumped out there. Can't lie. But I did my damage control. You know what I'm saying? I think I did pretty good for myself. You know what I'm saying? In terms of redemption. Reputation means a lot. And when we talk about marriage, you know what I mean? Whether we like to admit it or not, whoever you choose to be partnered up with does represent you in a certain sense, right? And I'm not saying that things have to be perfect in a relationship, but come on, y'all, like, that there's certain things that are just like, okay, this compromises too much of my safety, you know what I'm saying, in one way or another. And fellas, when it comes to women, like, yes, please protect and provide. So that means make sure that I have a stable place to live, hopefully in a nice neighborhood where I can go for a walk, you know what I'm saying, in the afternoon and not have to worry about bringing some protection with me. You know what I'm saying? It means being consistent with, with your routine and making sure that other people, not just your kids and stuff like that, but other people in the community knows that a man lives here. All right. So you might not want to try, you know what I'm saying? You might not want to try that fuck shit, but finances is a part of it too. Like I said, just living within your means, like being able to take care of what you say you can. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the least that women ask for. Now, I understand that there's different degrees, levels, and expectations of what it means to provide, but for at the bare minimum, I think that's what most women really mean. What's going on, D? D in the chat. D in the chat. So it's like sometimes the timing doesn't match up, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, when those super red flags pick up, like that's why I like to always bring this up, because I don't know if y'all ever have been in a relationship with a gambler, but ooh, Lord, like the type of person who feels like they've got the system figured out, and it's to the point where they feel they don't even care if it's like they last. You know what I'm saying? They don't keep up in the score. They don't know how to walk away. That to me is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might love you in other aspects and things like that, but once I found this shit out, I'm not going to knowingly sign up for that. Doesn't that sound like a fool move? You know, when you play dumb games, you usually get dumb prizes. So if I'm sitting there thinking that, oh, I know this about this individual, but I look like this and I'm a woman, so I can change him. That's stupid. That's a dumb game that I'm playing. And there's only going to be a dumb prize. So there's a lot of different reasons why people don't get married. For me, that's usually how it starts. And honestly, and I don't know how y'all feel about this. Matter of fact, let me put a poll in the chat really quick, because I want to see something. Because I've heard, different feedback about cohabitation, right? But how many of y'all have actually lived with your girlfriend or boyfriend? And did you find that helpful in the future? Like in terms of determining how long you was going to be with that person? I think I gotta keep the question simple. All right, let's just keep it simple. Have you ever lived with a girlfriend or boyfriend? Because I know a lot of people, and I see the pros and cons on both sides. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would not encourage shacking up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, again, when you sign up for this lifelong commitment, don't you think that you should go into and make this decision with as much information as you possibly could? It's like any other kind of contract, right? Whether it be for property, business, I've dealt with music. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain you got to read the fine print. I mean, we've seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, okay? Willy Wonka always got the fine print there, with the stipulations in there that you got to see. Don't you think that it's helpful to know how somebody is living? You know what I'm saying? Know if it's possible. Well, yeah, see how it kind of goes, in terms of living together versus just go ahead and jump in. Some people, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I see the pros and cons to both situations. Some people, they're just like, no, we're not going to sit here and date for years. If I decided that we going to get married, then 6 months, within a year, they are married. They make it happen. So I get it. It just depends on who, like I said, who you find. But yeah, it doesn't always work out for all of us that way. And it doesn't always mean that there's something wrong with us per se, because I'm making everything else move. You know what I'm saying? It's just that one aspect, because for one, I don't make myself available. I don't go out on the weekends. I don't hit the lounges and bars for the whatever. I don't do those types of things. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not out there to be seen, then how can I have the opportunity to meet somebody? So you got to keep that into perspective. 2, my kids are getting older. You know what I'm saying? I have 2 beautiful girls, and I'm sorry. In between half of the conversations that I hear on these panels and stuff like that, I am terrified of dating one of you men. I am. What you here for? And I hate to put it like that, but I am, because this age of consent stuff and all this other crap is getting beyond out of control, and I don't even know why it's still being entertained in 2025. But yeah, so I'm focused on my kids, and I'm focused on just trying to make sure that I can take care of them, because also what I hear in these online streets, what I'm saying, is nobody is really obligated to take care of other people's kids. I understand the negative connotation behind the beautiful youth that becomes the future nation. But what I'm saying, I don't think that I remember that shit. What I'm saying? So yeah, even if you was to come around, like, what, because they're not your kids, you're gonna feel some type of way. Like, I don't have time for that shit. So I want to make sure that I can be able to take care of them pretty much, me and their dad can take care of them 100%, before I bring anybody else in. So there's a lot of different reasons why I am not married. Now, I told a story, and I didn't get to tell this whole story because it's not the LA Project show on Women on Wednesdays. That's just not what we there to do. What I'm saying? We there to have a roundabout conversation, including perspectives from different women, and to kind of give the fellas an idea. You guys can just be a fly on the wall. What I'm saying? Like, be privy to a conversation that you normally probably wouldn't be privy to. Let's keep it real. Similar to how you guys have the barbershop. We know how to be quiet, what I'm saying, when a man drops off his little girl to the salon real quick, and then we go back to talking. So yeah, we try to give you guys at least a little bit of insight of how we think, the things we talk about in our different experiences firsthand, because nobody likes to be told about themselves. And Black women get told how we think, what we want, and what we meant all the time. So I didn't want it to be about me. So I condensed the story. Okay. I condensed the story, but I have no problem with sharing it on my platform. What's going on, Drobo Not? Y'all make sure, if you are new to the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and share it out to someone who you think might enjoy the content, especially because we gonna show clips and stuff. And if you, like I said, if you haven't already, if you would like to, go ahead, support the channel either through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, $ the LA Project. All right. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up now. I am so glad, to be completely honest, I'm really, really glad that more of the ladies are starting to feel comfortable with not just sharing their opinions in the chat, but also coming onto the panel. That's one thing that I kind of know, like, I make people feel comfortable. What I'm saying? I'm not setting you up, but at the same time, I don't have a problem with sharing myself. And I know that sometimes all it just takes is just one person, what I'm saying, to show that act of bravery, or show that that moment of vulnerability, just to encourage other people to say it's cool. What I'm saying? We all human. Because I definitely have messed up. What I'm saying? But you live and you learn, and that's why I think I can just be so. I can just, you gotta let certain stuff like roll off your back like water on a duck. You feel me? Like, you can't let everything bother you. And I've learned that while being in these spaces, because certain people, they will try your patience. And I don't know if they necessarily are intending to, but how we experience each other is unique. Let's just say that. What's going on, my ladies? We got Too Low Key in the building, and we got Lady Zyrax in this thing. What's going on, y'all? Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great day. I just wanted to talk about this. Got some free time on my hands. My schedule be all over the place, and I'm sorry, like, sometimes I just be choosing my peace. Not saying that you guys ain't cool. I love hanging out with y'all, you know, but putting a show together is a big deal sometimes. So let's go ahead and get into the content. All right. This happened this past Wednesday on Not for Humans channel. This is Women on Wednesday. And like I said, shouts out to everybody who is starting to feel more comfortable with coming out of the clouds and putting in their 2 cents, because, you know, I mean, I love my co-host. Shouts out to DJ Witch Doctor. Shouts out to Rogue C. But sometimes, like I said, you know, nobody likes to just keep hearing the same 2 people's perspectives on things. You know what I'm saying? And how do you know that you really believe what you do unless you get challenged every once in a while? So it's just not always a bad thing, you know, as long as it's not disrespectful, then, you know what I'm saying, I don't mind no questions. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this content. Let me just make sure I got it queued up. And like I said, we were talking about, like I said, the different labels that women or society places for specifically women. I know it happens to men too. I know, babe. But we be talking about women on Wednesday. Okay. So yeah, we were focused kind of on the ride or die chick. And trust me, I know some where it be sometimes delusional and detrimental to the people's health. Like, man, I lived in a really nice neighborhood when my parents moved us here to Georgia when I was in high school. Literally the mayor lived down the street. Y'all heard of Aaron's, the rent-a-cent, like the furniture rental company? The president at the time, he lived across the street in a house up. Like, we were set, you know. So across the street from us was this Ethiopian family, and 3 girls. They only had 3 girls, and one of the daughters was in the same grade as me, you know, and we had similar names. So, you know, but she was a cool girl, you know. That was the label that I gave her, because she just seemed so even as a teenager, you know, she seemed so unaffected by things. And, you know, I mean, her parents, they owned a liquor store, so they had, you know, they had some bread, but they didn't have a whole lot of time. And now looking back on it, that's one thing that I can say. It's just like, okay, I noticed that. But, you know, they always had their hair done, you know, from the salon. And, you know, they had, you know, they were wearing, you know, the gold jewelry. You know, they had jewelry and rings, and their nails was done. And my parents was not doing all that shit for me. I'm sorry. Like, they just wasn't, you know. But her parents were. She was the cool girl, you know. She was driving, you know, to school every day. My parents made me ride a bus until I was a senior in high school. Like, no bullshit. So there was a difference, but later on, this same young lady, you know, ended up getting herself into a situation where I'm not sure how it started, but, you know, she started dating this guy, and then she started using drugs. And I honestly think that she is due to get out this year. She was convicted of deletion, and she spent probably at least the last 18 years locked up, you know. And I thought that she was the cool girl. I remember her writing in my yearbook, you know, advising me and warning me to not let people, you know, take advantage of me, because I was such a nice person. And lo and behold, you know, maybe 2 years after she wrote that, you know, she was kind of she found herself in that ride or die position where she chose to ride and had to sit down for a while. But shouts out to her. I know her family is going to be happy to see her come home. You know, she's going to be happy to meet her nieces and nephews and things like that, and be reunited with her family. But Yeah, we was talking about that ride or die stuff. That's why I like, and sometimes, what, I don't even have to, and that's why I hate that whole, your single friends will keep you single. Sometimes people just, if you are a wise person, you can, in my opinion, you can learn a lot of lessons from just observing other people. Like, you don't have to go through the fire. You don't have to get burnt. You don't have to bear that scar all the time to know what's what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom will actually, like I said, let you sit back and just watch how somebody else's life, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, while you think that they got it like that and they're the cool girl or whatever, just sit back, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Because there are plenty of lessons to be learned. But let's go ahead and pick this up real quick. I think I found the right timestamp. And also, with all this speculation and, this, but if you ever have a question about what people said in a live stream, there's something called a transcript, right? Y'all read the transcript. It's gonna go slow. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go at the same speed that the people who were saying it, and so there doesn't have to be any miscommunication or misunderstanding of what was said. But we're gonna get into it. Hold on just a second. Give me a second. I had it before. Okay, here we go. All right, let me get this shared up on the screen. All right. All right, so this is going to be, like I said, this past Wednesday stream. Just a second. We'll screen it. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all, let's get into it.
Who is that? JT? JP? Is it JP?
All right.
Oh no, JP he like slow women. He like them to be slow.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Can I ask a very vain question of the two ladies? I don't know if Rosie is on here or not. Still, but can I ask y'all a very vain question?
Oh, where you at?
Me?
No, Rogue.
Oh, okay.
She's in the back somewhere doing something probably. But do you guys mind if I ask y'all a question?
Sure. I don't mind.
Okay. So you guys are both gorgeous, at least in my eye. Both of you, Miss Mo Love and Miss LA Project, obviously Mom Cherry, but she's married. Mm-hmm. What do you think is the reason you guys haven't gone down the aisle? Or unless maybe you have and it didn't work out. Do you ever ask yourself, what is that? Because you guys are, I would say, gorgeous. So I just be like, why wouldn't a guy want these beautiful women? Like, it's crazy to me. Not that you're only beautiful, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm like, why is that?
What was the question?
Complex.
I mean,
why do they think? Because they're gorgeous in my mind.
But it shouts out to Chanel, but that's almost like saying that you have some type of control over the situation. The last time I checked, men gave access to marriage. So if you know what I'm saying, I can do as, and that's why I don't really like the whole competing, jumping through hoops and all that other bullshit, because you could be doing that for like literally 10 plus years and still not come out with the outcome that you want. Because at some point in time, you gotta establish some boundaries. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say what you ain't going for at some point in time. I mean, what are we talking about right now? So it's like sometimes, like, you know, when people ask questions, I get it, you know, it might seem like it's from an innocent place, but like, I can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I can be in committed relationships. I can be, you know, it could be lasting for years or whatever, but I can't make somebody marry me. But once I realize that, hey, this shit ain't going nowhere. You just like what I do for you. You know, you just don't want me to go nowhere. You just giving me a placeholder, you know what I'm saying, just to keep me, you know, kind of stagnant for a little while. Okay, that's what I understand, and that's when I bounce the fuck out. You know, and sometimes, like I said, it takes time. And in between my relationships, I don't just jump from person to person to person. If I was with someone for some years, I'm taking at least a year and a half to myself. Just so, like I said, I don't want anything that you done put on me with your dirty ass and manipulative ways. I don't want them to affect how I interact with a new person who actually might be my blessing. Might be. I get it. But we all take a chance. We got to take a chance with this shit, man. That's one thing that I noticed. That's kind of that's another thing that's bothersome. You know, people want this sure thing when it comes to relationships. It's anything in life is life ain't even sure. The only thing that's constant, the only things that stays the same in life is change. Like, I don't know. I think they will get it one day. What's going on, Auntie? Good afternoon to you. I hope that you're having a productive afternoon. They're not stressing you out too much or making you lose your voice. Let's see who else is up in here. All right. We good. Everybody talking in the chat. I love that. The fam. I love it. Mr. Music. Mr. DJ Music, what's going on? I think you slipped past me, but let me go ahead and shout you out really quick. Appreciate it. Yeah, so it's like, it's not necessarily everybody's choice of, like, you know, why. That would have been a great question for some fellas up there, you know, because especially the guys in this space, you know, that's another thing. They're just so cool, you know, they must meet down to earth, you know what I'm saying, funny, good looking women on a regular basis that they can actually have access to, that live, you know, all different parts of the country, and this that must just happen on a regular basis, right? And so in response to that, they just gonna be nasty, mean, and say the most vulgar things to women. You should have asked that question to a guy, like, for real. That would have been perfect for them. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Hold on. Yeah, I know. If you are getting married based off looks alone, that is crazy anyway, or did not understand the question. I mean, yeah, she doesn't know me. I could be crazy. I'm not, but I'm just saying I could be. But yeah, it pretty much was just like, I guess just from the outside looking in, I think that's what she meant. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know she's observed me. Like, I've been on some panels with her before. And, you know, sometimes you just, from what you observe, you know, from what people give you, you know, you can only gather so much. So that's what I think that she meant, you know, just from an outsider looking in. Because I enjoy Chanel, you know, to a certain degree. Sometimes it gets like when people just keep on getting cut off, it's just like, okay, you gotta let them answer the question if you ask the question. But other than that, I enjoy Chanel. You know what I'm saying? I can enjoy a lot of different people, and that's the reason why I hang around certain channels and frequent certain spaces the way that I do. Because it doesn't have to be about perfection. You know what I'm saying? It's just more about like, okay, I can meet you where you at. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I think we're all kind of cool, like I said, in our own little way. I enjoy a lot of y'all for different reasons, but it's never really the same. But I don't know. I just think that question would have been good for a guy. Or why wouldn't they choose someone like me? Because again, I can't make them do anything.
Doctor?
Damn. Hold on. Where'd that one go? Child, look. So according to her question, only good-looking women have dating issues. I would hope not. I would hope not. I don't know. And even like in my girlfriend circles, like going back to the whole label thing, I've never respected the mean girl. I've never respected that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like I have so many people, like I have a sibling who's a burn victim. So it's like I was raised a little bit different to not put so much emphasis on exterior this appearance, because ain't nobody do nothing to deserve that shit. Your parents had sex and they had you. Congratulations. You know what I mean? But the way that we treat each other and we judge each other just based off of looks, I've never really been into that shit. I swear to God, I've always had me a little like a pudgy friend, like an overweight chick, you know what I'm saying? Because they are so sweet. And I swear, man, like they I don't know, we just have a good time, and they've always been funny as fuck. So like for me, I don't have a problem with how my friends look. You know what I'm saying? Like that's never really been a big thing for me. And I've never been a type of person who like flaunts or tries to emphasize or even slide in anything about looks. If anything, when they feeling a little bit inadequate or whatever, I'm just like, girl, you better be quiet because you are gorgeous. Like I'm the one that's lifting her up. So yeah, but I get it. Everybody ain't like me, and I had to learn that as I got older. What's going on, Third Ward? Good afternoon. I am doing good. I hope that everything's good with you. Haven't seen you in a while, but I hope everything is well. Good to see you. What else are y'all talking about? Everybody's chatting. Who we got right here? Roy Lee. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Thanks for coming through to the channel. If you guys are new, or is this a different, I don't know, because y'all be having different names. Sometimes YouTube switches it up. I might know who you are. But if anybody's new, you know what I'm saying, please don't forget to hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you haven't already. All right, give me a second, y'all. Hey, Smitty. Give me 1 second. How do I do this? I don't know how this works. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying something else. So don't mind me talking to myself. I do that sometimes when I work. Thanks for the new subscription, Roy. Appreciate you. Okay, well, we're just gonna let this rock. I'll figure it out later. Don't worry about it. Sorry for the delay, you guys. Let me go ahead and hold on just a second.
Doctor?
I know I missed something. No, that would not have been. That would have been a perfect question for men. How come put on the spot. Why wouldn't you pick Miss LA? I'm gonna just do my Chanel voice. Why wouldn't you pick Miss LA? That would have been a perfect question, because like I said, I can't tell y'all. I can't tell her either. My first boyfriend was and it just happened by chance. He was a star running back in high school. He approached me. Okay. I was not chasing him. I was new to the whole state. And honestly, my father had just passed away. I wasn't really tuned into school at all. I just happened to be at a basketball game. wasting time trying to, just doing what teenagers do. When this nigga came up to me. But for the rest of the year, yes, you're going to drop me and my brother and my friends off after track practice. Yes, I'm gonna put your ass through the ringer, okay? Because if you claim to want this and you are the star of the county, bruh, you can't think that I don't know how many other people that you got on your roster. So yeah, you're gonna have to put in some work. What's going on, Rogue C? Good afternoon, lover girl herself. Hold on, what'd you say? Auntie be typing up in here. I like it, but I'll be having to slow it down a little bit. Just have fun, live life, and don't make permanent decisions that you don't want to live with forever. I mean, yeah. But with him, my first boyfriend, things didn't work out the way that he wanted them to. I really didn't care about, the football career and all that stuff. I mean, that would have been great for him because I know that that's what he really wanted. But it's not like I just sat there and imagined to be this kept woman and married to somebody who was on TV and what. I mean, he was good. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't work out the way that he wanted, and we were still engaged. I was making money writing scripts for an animation company, and he was packing a UPS truck. See, that's the part that I left out. I didn't care. But if you're still going to form another relationship on the side, you know what I mean? Do all these. I mean, shoot, just tell me that you just don't want to get married. You know what I'm saying? Because I was willing to be like, hey, babe, like I can afford a place for us. You can finish going to school. I'm trying to lay stuff out. And he was content with, living with his homeboys, having his little job and playing video games. So yeah, we didn't get married. Now, later on, like I said, 8, 9, 10 years down the line, yes, he is remarried. He just wasn't ready to get married at that time, and that's okay. I just wish that he would have told me that. And that's what my response was. In my opinion, a lot of especially black, well, I don't think a lot of men, but especially black men, they don't really want to get married when they're young, when they're fresh out of high school. They're trying to live life. They're trying to get money. They're taking advantage of what comes their way. And that's what it just seemed like. So it's like, what can one do in that situation besides, I don't know. I mean, I was a college student. I didn't always hang out in ratchet places. I'm cultured, but it's just like, it doesn't matter if he's the IT coder. It doesn't matter if he's a UPS packer. It's like, if he's young and he sees opportunities and he's not ready to settle down, then he's not going to settle down. I'm not sure what everybody else does. I mean, I know certain people are just like if they have a certain goal in mind, it's by any means necessary. It's just maybe the urge, the desire to get married is there, but the drive, you know what I'm saying, to make it happen by any means is just that maybe that part is just missing for me. But let's go back to the video. Where is that layout? Why does it do this? Okay, sorry, y'all.
So what would be their reason that they thought that either they've gone down the marriage thing, it didn't work, or have you been asked?
I'm laughing at John.
Why would two beautiful women, three with?
I think, to be completely honest, I think like most beautiful women have been asked to be married before, but again, does that mean that whole action was with the intent of getting married? Or was it just to pacify her, to keep her, comfortable for and keep the relationship going for a little bit longer? That maybe she even wanted to before even getting married. I just explained this whole situation where a person can give you a ring you get to know families and all that stuff, and they still don't marry you. So, similar to yes, and I am going to take it to celebrity land for a second. Similar to Jim Jones and Chrissy, how long do you have to be with someone just before you prove that you deserve the ring? And then once you get the ring, how long do you have to wait before you actually get the union? I mean, y'all could have been literally married for 20 years by the time we rack this shit up. Like, I don't be understanding. You know what I'm saying? The hesitation or any of that stuff. So people be playing games. It's very clear. So but like I said, if being married is something that you want, some people have, like I said, by any means necessary type of way of going about things in their life. And I do admire that for a certain, in a certain aspect, like those people who really, they've had this dream of a certain career or a certain lifestyle or whatever, ever since they was a little girl or a little boy, and they fulfilled everything because by any means necessary, they gonna get. I admire that shit. But at the same time, when it comes to marriage, yeah, I had to scratch my head. That's a little tough because, like I said, you're dealing with another individual, and not saying that I'm trying to control them, but I can't control them. So just because, and then you locked in like that, it's a little bit different, when you're kind of like achieving and going after certain goals and certain aspirations for yourself. You know what I'm saying? For your personal reasons, whether it be education, whether it be accomplishing a certain goal. A lot of people like me, who are creators, once you finally bring an idea into reality, you know what I mean? Like a lot of different things, like it takes a lot, you know what I'm saying? But that's something that you can really, like, you have way more control over versus in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? So me going hard bodied and just like doing what, compromising myself potentially and all this other stuff, like, to me, I could be going after something that is detrimental to me, just because it's something that I want. We know about the wants and needs. I'm not going to go into that again. Let me, as these chats are coming through, appreciate y'all for the participation. Like I said, y'all go ahead and support the channel. Hit the Cash App, the Venmo, the PayPal, $, the LA Project, and like the video on the way in. I don't even know where we at with it. Let me check. Let me make sure that the likes ain't disrespectful. I got 14. I guess so. 17 of y'all watching. I appreciate you guys, every single one of you. All right, who we got up in here? Oh man, Lo, what's going on? We got Kevin in sales. Lord have mercy. What's going on, Rush? Let me see here. Anybody else? Yeah. I know I've been missing some chats. Okay. And let me see where we are with the poll. You guys make sure to participate in the poll. Have you ever lived with a boyfriend or girlfriend? And we'll talk about if that's even a good idea when I open up the panel. I just wanted to play this a little bit first because, you know what? Maybe it's just because I've just been around a lot of different social dynamics. But when it comes to, like, I kind of saw how this whole interaction was kind of like, it was kind of flipped in a couple different ways. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents on it, especially since it did involve me. So why the fuck not? All right. People never truly know each other until they live together. So I don't agree with that, frowning upon shacking up before marriage. I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to just saying like, no, y'all need to go ahead and live together and this, that, and the thing. No, I'm not saying that. But if that's where y'all, are feeling like it needs to go, then like, shoot, try it out. Because yeah, you, like I said, you go ahead and sign that contract, and what you don't know is all the other things that go with living with a person. That's a part of the fine print that they don't tell you about. That's something that you just have to experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to kind of go through it a little bit. Because they can tell you, yeah, like, I like my house to be clean. Yeah, but like, some people's definition of clean is different from other people's definition of clean. You feel what I'm saying? So that's that fine print. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying, yeah, everybody just needs to go ahead and sign leases together and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. But if that happens to be where your particular relationship is going, because like, sometimes it goes that way. Sometimes a man really just like, no, man, like, I want you to be here with me. You don't have to worry about anything. I got you type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you kind of, sometimes it happens like that, So I don't think that it's necessarily a bad idea, but I don't think that it's something that should be forced. I don't think that's something that's a prerequisite, but I do see the pros in that as well as the cons, though. All right. What else y'all saying in the chat? Auntie got, you'll have to be more than just beautiful to have a functional, mature man want to marry you. Any man with his head on straight would need to see wife qualities before he marries her. Yeah, I mean, I understand that as well. But you know what? It's funny though, because I mean, I get it. Then you got to always consider the source. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people, like, they just be saying stuff because it sounds good, and they just want to punch down on somebody else, whatever. But a lot of these knuckleheads be talking about, like I said, this whole young girl type of stuff, man. Like, I pretty much look the same. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I look like the 40 something year old version of myself. Like, that's what I look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you? I mean, you can't always upgrade. And if you talking about, you a man talking about, you want, these hoes ain't loyal and they don't want to do for better or worse, but y'all talking about for younger or for older. Like, the fuck? Y'all got to be mature as well and know that people are going to get older. Like, that should not even be an issue or a problem. And salutes to all the veterans today. Thank you so much for your service. Happy Veterans Day to everybody.
Doctor.
But yeah, it's a lot of truth going on in the chat. I mean, it just be what it be, you know what I'm saying? But and I'm not going to sit here and review, but there were some other streams that kind of followed this one to, talking about, I guess, the shade that was thrown and, this, that, and that. Look, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. If people want to act a certain way, that's kind of on them. That's just how I see it, especially on these panels. You know what I'm saying? They got to represent themselves. They don't represent me. The only thing that I can control is my personal reaction to the situation. And to be completely honest, like I said, if you a person who was in the situation, if you lived it, there's what else is there to really defend? You were there. The rest of the people were not. So as long as you know what it is, and that's all that matters, huh? Yes, y'all make sure to share this video out. Support the channel. All right, let's get back into the clip, y'all.
Roxy not have been married. I'm just very vain. It's a vain question because I think y'all are gorgeous.
Thank you. Do you want to answer first, folks?
I mean, I was engaged, fresh out of high school. And it's funny though, because, and I'm not trying to spill beans, and don't quote me 100% on this, but I do believe that Roxy and Mo Love are divorced women. So they have been married before. So the assumption was, I guess, since we're currently not married, I've never been married. I ain't got no problem with saying that. It's just, supposedly it was just like, oh, well, you guys are so beautiful. Why wouldn't a man want to marry you? Like, and I don't know, later on it got kind of interpreted into, why wouldn't a man choose you? And yeah, I'll let the video keep rolling. Let me run it back just a little bit. Because like I said, she's getting into the questions of why haven't we why haven't we been married? And like I said, I think I'm the only person, well, me and Witch Doctor, we are the only two people who have never been married, but everybody else is either currently married or has been married before. But yeah, it was just mostly because of just, I guess, looking from the outside, from the outside looking in, we're so beautiful, we're so this, we're so that. I'm adjusted. How about that? I've come to terms. I have processed. I have taken my accountability. So, it's not hard for me to hear, like I said, even because I was even hit up on in DMs, and it's like, you ain't hear that shade. I was like, I ain't see it that way, because I don't really give a fuck. Like I said, I know the reasons why I'm not married. But do I want to get married? Yes. Is my life over? No. If y'all believe in women hitting the wall and all that stuff, I guess you will never have a chance with me. You know what I'm saying? Which is perfectly fine. Let me be like Neo and dodge that motherfucking bullet. But yeah, people have to start seeing it like that too. Everything isn't a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's something that in society's eyes is something that you think should happen for that person. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it, because I do appreciate the whole union of marriage. I do appreciate it. You know what I mean? I admire it. I've seen it my whole life. You know what I mean? Most of my mom and my dad and most of their siblings have been married ever since high school. And there's only been like two divorces. You know what I mean? But most people actually ride it out all the way to the end. I know my mom did. And she's remarried again. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I haven't seen it, but it's just, for me, it's got to be right for me. It's got to be under terms and conditions that I can live with, because that's the commitment, right? I'm pretty much dedicating my life. I'm committing a part of my life, or for the duration of my life, or the other person's life, right? I just don't understand why it's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe some people, and I understand that there are some people who are really safe, and if you find somebody like that, then please hang on to them. But again, if that's not the tone of the time or the people that you're around, I don't know what else you're supposed to do. You can always move to smaller areas. You could go to a place where, family values and people are getting married young. Usually the country is a really good place. You know what I'm saying? You go out to the country somewhere, you can find you a young person that, you know what I'm saying, when you're young, they want to get married. You know what I'm saying? But I'm from a big city. You know what I'm saying? Most people, when they graduate, I have high school mates that are part, management for music acts, and, photographers, and do cinematography for movies and things like that. Like it's a different ball game. So a lot of people don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, in big cities, they're not trying to settle down like that. But that's where my parents relocated us. So it's like, shit, I did my best. I tried, y'all. I don't know what else to say. Let's get the video going. School, but I just think that he just didn't want me to mess with anybody else, and it just never went anywhere. You know what I mean? We were engaged for 4 years, and then I found out that he had a whole nother girlfriend, and yeah, it was messed up. So man. But at least I had the ring. I was in there with the families, and we were all right. And granted, like I said, this relationship ended when I was 21. You know what I'm saying? So we both young as hell. When I mentioned at least I had the ring, he did get down on one knee. He actually did. He was, he was making payments on this ring. Like I said, we young, we had to do what we had to do. But at least those steps were taken. I'm not saying it like it's a throw it in your face type of situation. It was more of like those steps at least were taken. You know what I'm saying? Our parents knew each other. We hung out, I know, with his aunt and uncle, who were like one of the closest married couples that he knew. We tried to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But we were young. Temptation is everywhere. Like I said, we live outside of Atlanta. Lord Jesus. And this was in the early 2000s. right after Freaknik ended? Please. So, I mean, I wasn't thinking about all of that stuff because I wasn't privy to all that stuff. But looking back on it now, that's why I can just, like I said, hey, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, we weren't in the same space at the right time or whatever. Like, it just wasn't priorities, and he didn't really want to get married, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad we didn't rush things. What, just to get divorced? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would be better? You know, I want a good quality marriage, not just a marriage just because that's what people think I should have. All right, let's keep the video going. I'll catch up with you guys in the chat. That way. I'm just saying, we were headed that way. I'm sorry, and my camera is chopping and screwing me up. But after that, it seemed like more priorities. As we started kind of like, you know, I saw certain people advance in their life or whatever. Once they got to a certain level, they wanted to switch up everything, and that included their. All right, and let me allude to what I'm talking about right here. I was dealing with music, and I had, you know, significant others who dealt with music as well, DJing specifically. And yeah, there were two different relationships that I was in where they didn't really have, I mean, they had a gig, they had a job, you know, I knew them from, you know, working somewhere, but they didn't have the notoriety, they didn't have they weren't at the level, you know, that they wanted to be at the time. And that didn't bother me. During the course of time that me and them that we were together, they actually got to that level. And then, in my opinion, a lot of infractions started happening. You know, they started feeling themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, they started getting more attention from women who never would have gave them attention before. You know what I mean? They started getting flirted on, or flirted with, and literally handed phone numbers and things like that. But when you start acting on those things, it's like, okay, again, I need a man who actually has been around beautiful women and knows how to act. So when they come across a beautiful woman, they're just not going crazy. And then if they do actually end up being someone of notoriety, where you can find them in magazines, you can find them on TV, music videos, things like that, that's what I'm speaking about. Because shortly after the infractions and all the attitude and the breakup and I can't do this no more, immediately after that was when you started seeing them magazines, TV, etc., etc. So that's what I was explaining pretty much. You know, this is pretty much like when I wake up type of shit. So anything else is a level up, okay? A makeup artist is nothing. The right outfit is nothing, right? But for some reason, they were just like, man, nah. I don't want to just have this one chick right here when I can have all these bitches over here. It's kind of how it goes sometimes. Y'all think that you're not that shallow, but you are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can be very, very shallow. And even to somebody that you've been with for years, and somebody who's been with you when you didn't have anything and didn't even know how good you were or anything, like in terms of what you deserved for your craft. Somebody helps to give you those things, and it's just, I don't know. You know, but people gonna people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be you. Everybody's not going to remember or appreciate the different times that you did help to make a difference in their life. They're going to think that it's all them. It's all them. 8. So, yeah. So I'm not sure if I wasn't good enough for, you know, the upgrade lifestyle or what, or priorities wasn't there. I'm not sure. I don't know. I never really got a concrete answer. A lot of people ain't going to tell you why. But you know what? At the same time, I don't want to hang around the likes of Drake and all these other questionable people who be doing questionable shit. Like, again, a lot of this stuff is not necessarily a L. Sometimes you save yourself, you know, life can save you from yourself, you know, from thinking that you want something, you know, like so bad, or you're affiliated with somebody, but then like, well, I can tell you for sure, one of the people who ended up being a somebody shortly after we broke up, I mean, that unfortunately he's no longer with us, and yeah, the other one is a totally different person, in my opinion. The way they act, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you a hood nigga, right? It's not really in your repertoire to be wearing tight clothes and shirts with flowers on them and shit like that, skull rings and bandanas, and that's not your stilo. But when you get famous and you start hanging around these people, then you start doing that shit. You gone. You are gone, in my opinion, because it's like you would have been doing that from the jump, you know. And there were plenty, I mean, there's always been different types of guys, especially in Atlanta, who have different types of fashion and style, and you can find a chick who is down with all of that. But if I meet you and you ain't wearing nothing but A hats, Adidas shoes, and motherfucking V-neck white t-shirts, and now you got flowered button downs showing off your little chest hair, and you dancing around in video, yeah, you gone, baby. So I don't need to be with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because people, they change as well. We went through this in the beginning. The only thing that's constant in life is change. So this person changed. I don't need to be around that shit. I don't need to marry that. I don't need to marry that. Okay. So, you know, sometimes a disillusion of a relationship is not always the worst thing in the world. Sometimes it can be what you actually need. You know what I'm saying? It could be better off for you, man. Some people block your blessings. And I got a different testimony on that shit. Man, because it felt like every year was the same, like Groundhog Day. And it was because I was attached to somebody, man. As soon as I dropped somebody from my life, I started progressing. Every year it looked better. It looked different. You know what I'm saying? We got to start just, you know, you got to just learn how to take things as it comes. Stop trying to force stuff all the time, man. Stop trying to force stuff. Just let shit happen the way that it's supposed to happen. And it doesn't mean it's always going to feel good. So don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But after
can
that,
I ask?
of course,
I'm not finished with my question.
No, I just want to ask her about her
No.
stuff before. I want to do a
Then
quick
I had
segue
kids
question, right?
Now
So the-
focus
so
on
the-
them.
I think she's delayed.
So the guy that you're saying there was a guy that proposed to you, but he later on went to marry somebody else later on, right?
Yes.
Is from your observation, right? Was the other woman better looking than you, or
Your question is worse than my question.
at least
Hey.
Doc was dead wrong for asking this question. But again, I mean, it kind of goes back to it. Like, is that really what matters? You know what I'm saying? Better looking? I hope that we not that shallow, man. Because again, like, that shit gonna fade. What if something happens tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? That alters the appearance or even the function of your mate's body. Like, what you gonna do then? Y'all just sound like a whole bunch of just conditional people that focus just on looks. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, you know what I'm saying? Because trust me, you got to be attracted to something, but it's not all about looks. I've explained this on another ladies show before. I kind of I don't mind a fugly dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, just a taste, just a little sprinkle of ugly, you know what I'm saying? Not too cute, you know what I'm saying? Because that comes with too much. That comes with too much. And again, it's not that important to me because it's going to change. Something's going to change. So like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always told my kid, I've always even just told my friends, like, oh, that ain't nothing but a wardrobe change right there. You know, y'all gotta have what they say. Oh my God, what was that movie, that black exploitation? That I think it was the Mac. You got to have vision. You gotta have vision, baby. You gotta have an imagination. You just looking at somebody and yeah, they might be a little basic, or you know what I'm saying, they got their hair slicked back. You can't see them with a goddamn, you know what I'm saying, you can't see them with a different hairstyle, a different outfit on. You can't see that's small. What about the way they make you laugh, their sense of humor? You know what I'm saying? Their consistency, the way they show up for yourself, for you and themselves, the way that they family oriented. Those are things that people can't buy on shelves. But as that 80-20 bullshit, right? People will sacrifice and look over that 80% to glorify and exalt that temporary 20%, which is usually just looks. They would be messy with this shit. But again, I can roll with the punches. I had to calm down because after a while, like I said, I had a delay when I keep my camera on for some reason. Because I don't just host on the show. I'm listening to what people saying. I'm cross-referencing stuff, especially if you mention a certain name or article. I'm looking up research, you know what I'm saying, to kind of go and help supplement with the show. So it slows my computer performance down. So I did cam down during this part just so you guys could actually hear. I could actually hear the conversation in real time because I was getting a delay. What's going on, Michelle? Good afternoon, baby. Hey, y'all. Y'all in the chat is shot mash, boy. But yeah, they was being messy with this shit. But like I said, if he has a host on you gotta roll with the punches sometimes. No, I did not drop a link. I be cooking. I be up here hour 16. I be working on my monologue, man. This is practice for me, man. Practice for me. But it also helps give me at least some time to drop or to extract some good shorts from my live streams, because sometimes, you know, when you open up the panel, people just be talking about what they want to talk about. So I'd be having to make sure I get this out first. So no, I didn't drop it yet, but I will be. All right, I got some time today. I got a little time before I got to pick up the little ones. All right, let's keep this going.
I did not judge your question. I did not know we were judging the questions. I would have changed my question. I didn't know.
I'm sorry. I take that back.
Shooting from the hip. So,
my bad.
So was the other woman better looking, or would you say that you were better looking than her?
Damn! Of course she's better looking. What do you mean?
Right? They just want us to be mean. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't gotta be.
Our sister. Whoops, I was muted. But see, yeah, I don't like doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I know that I do look better than somebody, I don't like to verbalize that shit. Like, for what? Like, for what? That's not, I don't know. Like I said, I grew up being on sports teams, you know, so it's in your best interest, especially if you're showing up for the game, that you and your teammates actually know how to encourage and work together besides being in constant competition. I don't know. That's just how I was raised personally. So yeah, I don't be about dragging nobody unless the woman is disrespectful coming from me. That's a little different, but that's me defending myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that I have to bring up obvious things in certain situations, but at the same time, I know that, like, there's other women who look better than me. I'm aware of what I look like, but that doesn't mean I'm the prettiest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? So what is it really? I don't know. Like, but that's what that especially online, that's what's wanted. You know what I'm saying? And it really makes me uncomfortable. And I'm gonna play something else in a minute. Because I really don't like to hear women argue. I don't. I don't like to really hear nobody argue unless it's like, okay, y'all been having this existing beef, this existing problem, this elephant in the room. Let's go ahead and clear the, clear the air type shit. But when people start getting vicious, hitting below the belt, talking them underneath people's clothes, talking about people's family members, talking about people's kids, I don't like that shit. And I don't like to be used in the middle of the shenanigans. Okay, if you have a problem with somebody else, don't use me to come to my defense. Like I said, I was fine on the panel. I was fine. I didn't feel offended. It actually, like I said, I had like a blonde moment. That shit was like that shit went right over my head, and that would have been fine for me too. But I don't really like to see the ladies go at it like that. I really don't. But if it must happen, let's get ready to rumble.
With two beautiful women, three with road C, not have been married. I'm just very vain. It's a vain question because I think y'all are gorgeous.
Thank you. Do you want to answer first, folks?
I mean, I was engaged, fresh out of high school, but I just think that he just didn't want me to mess with anybody else, and it just never went anywhere. You know what I mean? We were engaged for 4 years, and then I found out that he had a whole nother girlfriend, and yeah, it was messed up. So man. But at least I had the ring. I was in there with the families, and we were headed that way. I'm just saying, we were headed that way. I'm sorry, and my camera is chopping and screwing me up. But after that, it seemed like more priorities. As we started kind of like, I saw certain people advance in their life or whatever. Once they got to a certain level, they wanted to switch up everything, and that included their mate. So yeah. So I'm not sure if I wasn't good enough for, the upgrade lifestyle or what, priorities wasn't there. I'm not sure. I don't know. I never really got a concrete answer. A lot of people ain't going to tell you why. You know what I'm saying? But after that, of course,
I'm not finished with my question.
No, I just want to ask about her stuff before. I want to do a quick segue question, right?
Now focus on them.
I think she's delayed.
So the guy that you're saying there was a guy that proposed to you, but he later on went to marry somebody else later on, right?
Yes.
Is from your observation, right? Was the other woman better looking?
Auntie, I know you on your campaign and such, bruh, but like, one thing that you have to understand about the sisterhood is just because we're women does not make everybody honorary members. Okay. So he says these women on here don't like each other, and y'all should stop pretending y'all do. The sisterhood ain't shit. Yeah, just because you have a vagina does not give you just an honorary card, to the sisterhood. No, it's something that individual women have to have a commonality or some type of bond over. They have to form their own. It's not a collective sisterhood. So that's not how that works. And I don't think anybody on this panel actually claim to like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's obvious that Bomb and Chanel definitely had their issues. Like I said, they had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I was just, like Bridget said, it was kind of just used as a catalyst type shit, but that's why I have to just keep a poker face on and not feed into the bullshit. But no, we never really said anybody liked each other, but it's like, just because we're on a panel with people that we don't necessarily know, it doesn't mean that we can't be grown-ups and have a conversation. But we know what it is. We grown, you know what I'm saying?
Then you are...
Your question is worse than my question.
Or at least better looking. I did not judge your question. I did not know we were judging the questions. I would have changed my question. I didn't know.
I'm sorry. I take that back.
Shooting from the hip. So,
my bad.
So was the other woman better looking, or would you say that you were better looking than her?
Damn! Of course she's better looking. What do you mean?
Right? Men just want us to be mean. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't gotta
be our sister and just
on.
everything
Don't
else.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just
Come
saying it was later on in life. I'm
Right.
just saying he became a stepfather, and you know what I'm saying. Like, also, no, I'm just saying in terms of like who was better. Like, I didn't have any kids. She already had a kid, and he still was like, he's fine with it. And she's a very down to earth type of woman. She's not
on.
ugly,
Okay.
but she's not, she's not extra. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't do anything. She's actually a cancer survivor. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
yeah.
So she
So
good
it's
looking, but she ain't. But you're saying she ain't fucking with you.
Nah.
I mean, hey,
You are the grimiest, messiest.
But obviously, that's not what it's about, DJ. You know what I'm saying? That's not
that's
what
what
it's about.
because I got
It's not
I
about
got
the
it.
woman who they want to take down. Y'all tell us all the time on these panels, just because we give y'all a baby, just because we have sex with you, don't mean we love you. Like, or just the same people that we want to fuck doesn't mean that we want to marry. Like, we hear this a lot,
Right.
So,
But the reason
but
I
when
asked
we're
that
19 and we're 20, we're not told those things. So unfortunately, we kind of have to learn those things. And then
the
once I have my kids, like I said, I have two beautiful daughters. Like, what? Like, I will learn to use a gun today. You feel me?
But
like,
check this out. The reason why
I
I
have
asked
trust
that is
issues,
because
so I just focus on them right now.
the
So that's
reason
why
why I asked that is not for you to, like you stunting on the lady or no shit like that. It's to say, right? Because I had a theory when I first heard Chanel ask the question, right? And I wonder if that's the reason why she asked the question, because it sounded like she was insinuating that women who
You
are
throwing me under
more,
the bus?
you know what I'm saying? Not under the bus,
I'm
next
just
to the
gonna
bus. You're gonna
He
survive.
running me
You next to
over.
the bus. Nah, you next to the
Driving the
bus.
bus.
I thought she was insinuating, I could be wrong, that, all right, most people said this, right? Most of the women that's married long are more like average looking women. You know what I'm saying? Of
Like
course
me?
they're attractive, but they still like average looking. Kind of like
So
Chanel,
someone like me.
like a Denzel Washington, his wife. You know what I'm
What
saying?
you
They're
trying to say?
good
I'm
looking.
average?
No, they're good looking, but they're not like the stereotypical.
You're
You
saying
know what I'm
that
saying?
Mo Love is prettier. That's what you're getting at?
He did
She's
not
a
say
10
that.
and I'm a 7?
I didn't say that.
See, and I don't like this stuff either. I don't even like playing like this. You know what I'm saying? Because again, how did you get here? Where's Deborah Cox at? I swear to God, nobody's supposed to, like, we're not supposed to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be sitting here talking about who's prettier than who. So what? I mean, technically, you're married and we're not. So I thought that was, you win. Yay. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let's get the applause out. Hold on, let's get the applause. Yay. Yes, Jesus. That's what I thought it was about, for real. So, like, again, I don't like to be, it makes me uncomfortable when people do this type of shit. And I get it, some people, you know what? There's only one other person that I've heard joke like this. Y'all remember Angie? Drunk Angie? With the glasses? In the twist out. That she had no problem taking her bonnet off and untwisting that shit just when she knew that she had to go to bed and retwist that shit back up. That's the only person that I remember that who thought it was fun to have conversations like that. Like, so what do you like about me? I know y'all know who I'm talking about. And I normally don't say names, but shouts out to Drunk Angie. I don't know where she been, but I hope she been all right, man. But yeah, I don't like these types of questions, but hey, that's why I just sit back and I let people talk for themselves. You said it, honey, not me. But again, if we're sitting here talking about married versus non, and marriage is like the goal, it really even shouldn't matter about the looks or like that type of comparison shouldn't. The only comparison should be, are you married or not? Because that's what we was talking about. But that's how shit gets started. That's why I be sitting back, child, because like I said, this is really didn't have nothing to do with me at all.
You all are
You're beautiful, Chanel.
You all are beautiful women, right? But you the one that said, look, there's some women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think average people settle faster than people that
Really?
see themselves as above average.
Why do
And
you think
average
that?
don't mean that you just average. It just means that you accept that you know what I'm saying. You are mortal. You are a mortal human being. You normal.
You
You
accept
know
your
what I'm saying?
averageness. Okay,
You
got it.
accept your averageness, and that's what settling down is. You accept that you like I'm an average dude. I accept my averageness.
So now
Like
you
what the
throwing
fuck?
yourself under the bus. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm right here with you next to the bus. We not
Oh.
under the bus. We next to the
I think I could have been married if I would have married an older man, but I wanted to marry somebody closer to my age. And like I was saying in the chat, like young black men they don't prioritize marriage. So the question of why, like I don't want to marry somebody I didn't want to marry somebody who was much older than me. I wanted to, grow with somebody, be closer to somebody my age. It just didn't work
Look,
out.
And you
You
know
are
what that's
a young woman. Chanel was trying to be messy as hell.
no.
And
You
Messy.
see?
Oh shit, here it go.
And girl, put your shirt back
my
on, girl. Cover the
God.
arms up. Listen, that was nice. That was nasty. Nasty. That was nasty.
Do you guys feel like I was being
Yo,
nasty?
yeah. Yo, y'all going
No, but I
completely
will
left.
say this is kind of annoying because my
I'll
sister
need
here
to
for
slow
the
down.
tea. She's married and she'll ask questions like, yeah, like there's so many beautiful women that's not married. And my question is, why does the society
Mm-hmm.
view you as if you're flawed or something is wrong with you because you're not married?
I don't
Why
view
is
it
that
that
always
way.
the thing? Like, but
I
a
don't
lot
view
of
it that
times
way.
people do. It's like if you're not married, something is wrong. But
I don't think it's anything wrong with y'all. I wonder because you're so beautiful, why someone wouldn't be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's not
No,
like
it's not
But
them.
that's
This kind of does insinuate what is wrong with you, though. Because you're so beautiful. So I don't get it. Child. I don't even like watching playbacks, to be completely honest. It's my first time really like listening to it, the whole way through. This shit crazy. Yeah. Because I mean, there's a lot of women who don't have a problem with being, if I was beautiful and had everything going on, I wouldn't be, worried about no marriage either. Like, there's some women who think like that, but she was like, why aren't you married? Like, it kind of does insinuate like what is wrong with you type shit. Yeah, I'll drop the link. Just give me a second, Genesis. I got you.
This one-
them problem,
like,
not of y'all.
I don't
But
think it's them. I think that people. This is what I'm saying. I think that most people that I know, that most women that I notice that is not married, what they
Mhm.
got in common is they just wasn't willing to settle. It's not that the people.
that's what I was
It's
gonna
not
say.
people ain't approaching them. It's just
Oh.
it's like, look, man, I'm just.
So the
you know what I
average
mean?
people, we all willing to settle? Is that what you mean?
No,
That's what
I
it
know
sounds
for
like.
me, like
No, you
It just has
sound
to
like you just
make
found yours early, which is. I wish
Yeah.
I
Y'all
would have
better
found.
stop
that way
babying
too.
this woman. This woman, that was a nasty question. Y'all. And because I had mentioned that there are men who marry.
It's
other
nasty
women.
because you want it to be nasty. That's
No,
why.
No.
listen. You
It
asking
is.
a woman why is she not married by telling
I'm
her she's so
asking why
pretty.
they feel that way. What if from their perspective? It wouldn't matter if it was my sister and she's beautiful too, and I'm like, yo, what's up? And
Oh,
it's
she's
not
not
that
beautiful?
I think.
Your sister's
I
not
think
beautiful?
it's a. You
I
know what
think-
though? Let me
I
just say this.
think
I think
people
it's a
have-
fair. My bad. I think it's a fair question because they are attractive women. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So and she know that men looking for attractive women.
I know this,
So that's
and
why
so
she
do
would
they.
ask. But what I would say, a lot of attractive women who are not married is because they probably picky or you just, you know what I'm saying? It be because of them most of the time. It don't be that. I'm pretty sure niggas done propose to them a couple of times. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
be because of them. They just picky. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, do
Yeah, I
I
can't
do
deal
do
with
you
them.
guys date like really handsome guys too? Because y'all are very pretty. That's what I was wondering too.
That can sometimes be a problem. I have.
Them
No.
niggas be thinking they too pretty, huh,
I
Moolah?
want somebody
Yeah, I
like
can't date no pretty dude.
average. I want somebody average looking. You don't.
What is average? Like, name a celebrity that you would say is average in the looks category. That you
I
would be
don't
like,
know.
oh yeah, if he was like a reasonable. If I met him, then yeah. he could.
Like Chadwick Boseman was average to me. Black
I would say
Panther.
so.
That's an average looking dude. I take that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Y'all know who my favorite is? Why Miss Most thinking? Oh my God, Hill Harper could get it. Oh God,
Let
I
me-
can't.
My favorite
Trevor
is
Noah.
oh, what's his name?
Fantasy.
Too.
Jesus,
What's
Kenny
his name, y'all?
Dropper.
He played in Get Out, but he wasn't like the main character.
Which one
Was he brown?
Lakeith Stanfield. I love him.
Oh,
Let me look him
the
up. I don't
slim
know his
one
name.
in the beginning.
I
Hold
love
on.
him.
What's his name? Lakeith?
Lakeith
Yeah, he
Stanfield.
was a little pothead on
Let me-
Not a
Atlanta. What was it? ATL Atlanta
Hold on.
with David Glover.
Lakeith.
I got a question.
Or
I got a question for the ladies too.
hold on, I'm
after
still trying
y'all
to find the
finish.
Lakeith person. Hold please.
Girl,
What's his
Yeah,
last
he not
name?
in- he not important.
What's his last name?
I ain't gonna
Kills?
hold you. I like having Chanel on the panel, and I like having Bomb on the panel, but I like having them on the panel more together. That's
Why?
that's my favorite. I
He's
think
just
y'all
with
balance.
shit.
I think
That's
y'all
what it
balance
is.
each
He ain't
other.
shit. He ain't shit.
I
think
put
y'all
extra hot
balance each
sauce
other.
on everything.
I really want to know who this person is. She just
He played
who's
in.
what's the last name? First letter.
S.
Yes, yeah.
Seals?
Stanfield.
Oh,
Stanfield.
Stanfield. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
He don't come up quickly. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
Right,
he's
B
on
love
some stuff.
Ebony and Ivory together. in Capricorn.
You know what? That's the next question I was gonna ask. Are y'all like attracted to dark men? Like people that's my color.
Question.
Absolutely.
What is that? I swear to God.
This is
Like me and
nice.
my husband's color
Yes,
is not the norm. Like people my color and my husband's color don't often get married. It's people y'all's color and then the dark people.
My mom has been
I
married
don't
twice. and
Go
she
look at the
was color.
statistical data. I'm telling you
I
what
don't
it is.
think it has
Damn, I
anything to
never
do with
looked that shit
color.
up. That is crazy.
Go look it up.
She-
It's
my mom is a
typically
brown
the
skin
man
girl.
is
She
gonna
could
either
that
be
for
light and the wife is darker. Ish.
You know what those
But
Chanel?
my color, the darker brown and the other darker brown, they don't really.
You know what? It might be because like opposites attract. You know what I'm saying? And but
Mhm.
I
people in
believe
the
that.
middle, they
Yes.
ain't in no opposite. You just regular. Like I'm regular color. Like my shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like me and you like the same complexion. Actually, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, sorry, Miss Love, my love. I looked him
But
up.
I
He's
was-
very average.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask
I like
y'all
him.
this.
I would think your bar would be a little higher, but I get it. That's
Well,
the
it
one.
used to
Among-
be. I don't.
That's the one
among-
that you know. But okay.
I don't. need
Among
anybody
women, right? Among y'all, right?
Mhm.
Do y'all think like being married is like a flex, like a achievement as a woman,
No.
like as something on the checklist?
I think that is such a beautiful, honorable thing when
Okay.
it's God ordained. But I also see a lot of women brag about it, and they're living in complete misery.
Hold on, I had to step away for a second. Let me back this up just a second because this is something else that I've been hearing lately in this space about how the certain skin tone is preferred over the other one. I think in general, when it comes to light skin and dark skin, most of the time opposites attract. We can't say in one breath that most of the dark skin like light skinned people, then the opposite has to be true. That most light skinned people have to like dark skinned people. Does that not make sense to y'all? It's not like somebody was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll take you. Like, no, they was attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if the trend or the what you see is dark skin getting with light skin, then light skin has to be attracted to dark skin. We need to stop this stuff. This colorism stuff is toxic in 2025.
So sometimes I think people use it as a flex, and a lot of the married people. This ain't against Chanel, but I do see a lot of. And I'm being serious.
No, I love her. Go ahead, girl. Throw the grenade.
Yeah, I'm being so serious. Like,
And to me, I mean, marriage is a flex if you have a good marriage. The quality of your marriage, not just simply being married, but what do I know? I'm not married.
I see so many people brag about being married, and they are really suffering in silence. So I don't know. It could be a flex, I guess, but it just depends, I guess. But
she's special.
Mom is terrible.
She's special.
No, I wish
she don't want y'all to like me, by the way. That's her today.
But marriage is so beautiful. Like, shout out to all the married
How is
people.
this a negative towards me? I'm confused. I'm lost because I was waiting for the. What did I do?
Girl, you are funny.
No, I was trying to figure out because you was like nothing.
Well, you said this is no offense to Chanel. So
so that's why I was like, well, what
No, I said that because I know
Street Fighter. You know
I know you're married, and I don't want because I know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
some married people get offended when I say.
So why you didn't say bomb? You didn't care about bomb feelings?
Well, Mom ain't been talking. She didn't say why y'all not.
No,
married.
she has. She said Chanel was throwing shots and I wasn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't know the softer side of Chanel, or she just likes to hyper focus on what she thinks I am. Or who
But
she
instead of saying a flex, I should have said an honor.
Chuck.
Do you think most
Absolutely.
women still
I would
see-
say an honor, yeah.
Okay.
But I would think if you have the person that it works well with, like if you're unhappy, like what she's saying, I agree with her. I think, and I really, and I don't know this to be true or not, but I do really think women try their hardest to stay in a marriage because they don't want that egg on their face. I believe that many women prior to, the women's revolution or whatever, when women start burning their brows and shit, I really do think that there were many women who suffered long suffering marriage, especially if she was married to a mean guy who happened to be an honorable person or have an honorable job. Usually psychopaths don't, their whole exterior life is nothing like who they really are. They're usually psychopaths. I mean, they don't present that way. But so they would be married to the police, and it wasn't until sometime, I think, what was it, 1980 or 75? I don't remember. Before, it might have been later than that, before it became illegal to are your wife. So that happens, and some men still think that way. They're like, it's your wife, it can't be that, and so it's just like, so for me, I think that there were so many long-suffering people and women that now we have, I would say, an epidemic of, I ain't playing with your ass, so anything can go wrong and I'm out. I do think that there's a lot of that happens, and I also think that a lot of women get married for, and I've said this before, for silly reasons, in my opinion. It's because he asked me, it's because I'm 28, everybody else is getting married, it's because somebody wants to have a baby, just all of these reasons, and
that's a valid reason to get married.
What's a valid reason?
Having a baby and starting a family.
You should not be getting married just because you have a baby.
Yeah, that's.
Wait a minute.
Because here's the thing: the baby isn't going to save your marriage if you didn't have. Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying if you and somebody, let's say there's a lot of people that don't believe in the institution of marriage, but they have a lifelong relationship, a long-term relationship. If they got a baby or something, I think to secure that family and to ensure that if shit was to go left, stuff is taken care of. I do think marriage do make sense, and I don't even really believe in the institution of marriage unless you both have a family or of some kind. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's necessary if you just gonna be together, like, because you could be together without all of that extra paperwork and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's other things too, but like if your husband is sick, you have rights. If you are not married, you don't have no damn rights. The mom or the dad does have rights, things like that. But at any rate, what was I saying? Damn it, you messed me up. I was like,
That's what you be doing to me.
Oh, I
all
was
the time.
talking
So
about-
I'm glad I finally do that shit to
thank you for interrupting me. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
And
to
she
get
is
interrupted
right.
by those.
My brother and his girlfriend been together 16 years. He gets shot in the back, and they won't tell her nothing.
Wow.
Oh,
And
your
the
sister-in-law?
girlfriend. Yeah, she's not my
Mhm.
sister-in-law. That's his
Oh.
girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yeah,
Right.
and if you're not married, just like people think, and you don't know this, you don't know to think this, but let's say my husband did something and I'm no longer here, right? And we have 3 kids. Grandparents don't have any rights in the court system. 0. But people think that they do, and they don't. You know, what has to happen legally is they have to terminate the rights of that parent. So you could have somebody unalived and still living with the killer or the person. I'm sorry for saying that word, but so anyway, I was just saying that people sometimes will get married and it isn't for the right reasons, and they find out very quickly who that person really is. So just look at it in the simplest form. If you don't live together before, if you never live with a person, if you are, because you all happy, y'all see each other twice, 3 times a week, it's always great sex and whatever. When you see that person, you get the butterflies, but then you move in with that person, and now you seeing some shit that annoys the.
All right, so I'm pretty sure you guys have heard the blow up and all that stuff. So I'm getting ready to drop the link. Y'all tell me what you think about why aren't you married, or why people get married, thoughts on marriage. I have something else that I want to share with y'all as well. Let me pull that up and then I'll drop the link again. Not trying to be messy, but it was just an interaction that I saw. It kind of bothered me a little bit, only because I guess the feedback where it was coming from. I'm not used to. I don't know. I'm used to. I'm used to a lot, but sometimes it's still kind of shocking when I hear certain things. So, I wanted to pull up another video really quick of an interaction that I witnessed in between. Hold on just a second. How can I get out of this? In between Miss Jalen and PH Diva. All right, let me see here. Give me a second, y'all. And this was just kind of crazy because they were reviewing a chaotic truth panel, and there was a young lady that was up there. That was just her neckline came down a little bit, came down a little far or whatever. But all the guys on the panel just acted like, they just could not control themselves. They couldn't notice anything else. And there was an interesting comment that was made by one of the women, actually. So let me pull this up really quick in regards to what the young lady had on.
What jokes made her laugh? What jokes made her upset?
Give me a second, y'all. Let me just get this queued up. Is this the episode? No, that's not it. Give me a second. Let me just locate the video, y'all. There we go. 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 Don't start with me. Hold on. So I was just watching this on my phone now.
About a
There we
culture?
go. All right.
You think I give a goddamn about a culture? You think I give a fuck about them?
Can y'all
You
hear
the
that?
one worried about them. I'm not worried about them. You are. You worried about my culture and who I.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get this queued up. And of course, hold on. And of course, it featured one of the biggest bandits in the space. So let me just go ahead and show you what the young lady looked like. and we'll take it from there. All right. What? No way. Hold on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Zyrax. That's the link. It's just $ the, don't forget the LA project. Y'all will see this avatar. Hold on just 1 second. You're going to see this one. All right, that's my avatar on Cash App. All right. You should have told me. How come y'all can't be doing that, man? Let me know next time. Oh, well, thank you. This one came through. So I appreciate you, old man Low, for your Cash App. Let's go ahead and celebrate you, and then we will continue on with the show.
We humble as a bumble in the middle of the jungle. We got problems and we fumble and we stumble, but we don't grumble. All we do is hustle, and you the reason that we on our way up. You the reason, 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 you the reason.
Thank you much. I appreciate the support. Let me go ahead and get this music back on. If anybody else, is curious about how to support the show, you can do so, like I said, either via Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, $ the LA project. Hold on, because I do have something. It's kind of cool. Let's see here. I'm not sure how many people are watching on a television. But where did it go? No, it's not it. Give me a second, y'all. Oh, there it is. I had minimized all this stuff. There we go. Cash App. There we go. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this other clip from the Wildest Wake Up Show. Shouts out to Sharon Bracey. This was entitled. When was this? When was this? This was 19 hours ago, so this is yesterday. It's titled Men Blaming Women for Their Feelings. Interesting title, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and get, hold on just 1 second. Let me share it first. Okay. All right. So this is the young lady that was on a guest on Chaotic Truth's panel, and the men just could not help themselves. Let me see here. How do I get to? There we go. All right. Let's get it.
We hear it though?
Yes, we can hear it.
All right, so now let me try to. All right, so now at least I got that part working. Maybe now if I could just find the point where I was at in the video so I could get back to my goddamn commentary. We are struggle streaming today. God damn. Rough on these YouTube streets.
Supposed to be loud. And I don't know if that speaks to the education
I don't
system
love my community.
or so he does not love his community. So this guy doesn't give a fuck. So remember when I said before that you're not a good role model for this community and you tried to argue me on it and said that you were a role model? You are not.
Holy shit.
People would look at this and realize that this is not someone you would want to model yourself after. The Black community needs to do serious work. And we need to steer clear of whatever the fuck is going on here. I think
Wait a minute. Moon Pie. You're sitting there with a push-up bra, cat's ears on a Pikachu, asking for PayPals.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And this is the issue that most of these men have, right? They did not attack now one, They did not attack now one thing she said. They just straight to attack her. And no, she's not a cam girl. She's just a regular young kid from Canada. She's not even a cam girl. She's just a young kid. I don't know how young she is, but you know, you can tell that she's young. Only, you know what I'm saying? That's young people stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't see this young, this person as no 30-something-year-old woman, And I know what these are, the little headphones with the cat ears on them and shit. They light up. They're cute. But again, I know that, me being the age I am, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be on, unless that was just my personality. But to me, she definitely gives young vibes.
First of all, my
11-year-old daughter got those same headphones. That's how I know she's a young kid.
First of all, look at the channel she's on. That's disaster number one. Number two, look at everything that's around her besides you. She was asking for trouble going up there dressed like that.
Nope, I'm not going with it, Jaden.
See, that's where I was like, oh, what? I don't know. Just as a woman, ladies, help me out here. Is that normally something that women would say? I mean, I know that some women do say that, and to me, it's just like, I'm not sure if it's because like they've kind of, like I said, grown out of that phase or whatever, or period of time in their life. But saying that she was asking for trouble, I've never, you know what, I don't know who that is, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, if this is somebody who is brand new to the space, how much information do you expect her to have? Like I said, I mean, I was a grown-ass woman, and I didn't take the time to really observe the space that I was getting ready to join into before I joined into it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much responsibility can you put on it? She's just she's just getting these comments, and I didn't even want to do what I'm not even gonna play what JP was doing, but I mean, this nigga was flicking his tongue and opening his mouth and saying, "Put the titty in there." I mean, like it ain't never seen breasts before. It was ridiculous. But her response was, she's asking for trouble. Well, I think that was really her asking for trouble, but we'll it's about to go down, you know what I'm saying, in about 2.5. To look, no, some of them, I believe they lived that phase, you know what I'm saying, when they could afford to, they probably did, you know what I'm saying. But if they can't no more, then that's when the hate starts coming in. I kind of see where you're coming from on that one. Yeah, I mean, shit, it is what it is. If y'all gonna be weak enough to, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, they kind of, like I said, flipped it on it, was like, oh, and you come up here with like, okay, you want her to come up with a turtleneck? Do you want her to not come? Sometimes I don't be knowing what these dudes like be wanting. Do you not want to talk to or interact with women at all as a heterosexual man? Is that what you want? You just want nothing but dudes, like, and that's cool, but just protect your channel. Like, you ain't gotta let no woman up. You know what I'm saying? If that's the tone of your channel, stay firm on that. You feel me? I appreciate you, Truth. I saw that earlier. I don't know. See, it's probably because I straightened my hair. Damn. Let me find out. All right, it's about to go down, y'all.
Nope.
Oh, and I just wanted to pay attention to, y'all see this dude right here, Black Bear AR, with all of the guns up on the wall. Did anybody say anything to him? This nigga with the green is straight laid out. Who knows what he's doing on the other side of his laptop, you know, with his microphone just laid on his chest. Of course, we got Leonard up here, and you know he's a certified fool. And JP, god damn.
These are grown ass men. I'm not gonna put the blame on that woman or that young lady. She got Pikachu, cat ears, whatever. She's a young person. These are grown ass men. They should be able to maintain themselves. I'm not gonna put that blame on any woman that's walking down the street trying to express herself higher. I don't even think she had on a bikini on.
Nita. Proper internet etiquette. Okay? I know they degenerates around her, except for you. But you're begging for trouble. You're looking.
Proper internet etiquette? Is that what she said? Is there such thing? I mean, I know I've definitely made a video about panel etiquette. And that's mostly because like the actual shows and channels that I like to go to, they're a little bit more on the mature side. They have a more of a direction, and they try to be objective and try to, you know, insert some type of knowledge, statistics, something serious in there. So like, yeah, I can see panel etiquette, but has there ever really been proper YouTube etiquette? I mean, we got, you know, TOS laws and things like that. I mean, shoot, but you roll the dice, like I said, as a person that comes on the panel, and also the person who holds the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because this person, if they're exposed or whatever, then you know what I'm saying, then and if they on your channel, then it could potentially put your shit at risk. I mean, that's the only way, but I don't think that there's ever really been proper online etiquette. Let's welcome Auntie to the stage. What's going on, Pimpin? Hold on.
What's going on, LA? How you
Nothing
doing?
much, chilling. You getting on me in the chat. I saw you.
I wasn't getting on you.
Yes, you was. Talk about you. These people just let them do all of this shit.
Yeah, y'all got it, man. That's how y'all want the numbers, man. You got to be trolling the trolls back. That's how the numbers come in. You can't be trying to have serious, healthy, productive conversations when people trolling you. Like, come on. It's almost like trying to talk it out when somebody's hitting you in the face with punches.
You think so?
Yeah, you got to punch back.
But what if they swing and everything is just missing? It's just missing. I think the only people who really caught the stuff was the people who was listening, though, for real.
Mom caught it.
She was listening. But like I said, they got their own little going on too. So that's why I was like, shit, I ain't finna get in the middle of this. I see where this is going, you know, and y'all just needed something to jump it off. Looking back at it, like I said, some of the questions were just like, what? But again, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of used to how she's consistent with her the way that she talks to people. Hold on, let me bring up Truth. What's up, Truth? Okay, we'll let you. There you go.
Hey, good day. How are you?
There you go. I'm good. How you doing?
Bro, what's up, man?
What up, Truth?
Yeah. But I mean, when you're running huh?
No, I said, yeah, he wasn't talking about you. He was talking about in general, how if you're trying to have a certain panel, because I said it many a time, why would you bring somebody up that you know has a certain disposition and they're not even taking credence of what you're saying? They're not taking it serious enough because you're taking it serious. So he wasn't talking about you. He was talking about in general, like this has been ongoing since whenever. Like it's not reading the room stuff.
But at the same time, I mean, because I've definitely had my opinions about trolls and trolling, and usually the response is, it's YouTube, it's the internet. What you gonna do? Trolls are kind of valuable, you know. You don't really bother, you know. They shouldn't bother you that much, and you know this, that, and the third. So why should I pay attention to this one?
No, and that's why, you know, we conflate with certain comments and what people saying. It's not that trolls like chat trolls, they're going to do whatever they do. People, it depends on the type of show you're on. If you're on a certain show that you expect a certain disposition, then a troll coming up there, you should not have no feeling of whatever. Like we got Ant here. Ant can do the mess, and he do the shows with the decorum. He'll make sure we're in line. Anybody that come up there with the bull crap, he'd be like, "No, sure, we're not doing that today. Flat out, we're just not doing it. You can come back. I can set up another stream for you to, f off to later." But that's how he keeps it in order, because he knows that he's on both sides of the coin. He's the coin itself. So he's trying to get somewhere else where he attract other sectors, and even towards going, how, you see the ADs and everybody, they're branching off into other things. He's working his way towards that. He can still dip down in the dirty, but he's doing that as well. If your channel is not for the dirty, and you make it clear, hey, I'm trying to have some decent conversations over here, meaningful, unlike other people, I'm not here for just to screw off and act up and promote a horrible image of myself. I'm here to, provide some good content. Then once you say that, and then you allow trash to come up and do trash, then it's like, okay, now what's going on? Like, where we at?
Time, check this out though, Truth, right? Because Doc was with the shit too. DJ Witch Doctor was with the shit too.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's technically the platform that we was on. So like,
but
no,
that's DJ Witch Doctor, right? Where does he come from?
That's when you got to be able to flip into troll mode too. Like, hey man, okay, no problem. So you saying look up the statistics of the complexion of people like me that date.
I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, how about you look up the statistics, and I guarantee you can't.
Hey,
because
that's not a good example.
You're making shit up.
That's not a good example. You gotta give me a better one, because we know.
You got to call her out for making shit up, because that's what she was doing.
No, not that. I'm not talking about that in particular. You said look at Witch Doctor's show. I expect that because of where he's from. He's from a group that produces, that type of stuff. So I don't expect anything different.
Sometimes Doc is about having. I'm gonna let Genesis go in a minute, but it's not. Sometimes it is a productive conversation. I'm just saying, what I was listening to, he was with the shit too. That's why he asked you the question. He asked you like, okay, you see that woman looked better than you or whatever. That might have had something. Come on, that's an extremely shallow question. That's an extremely shallow question. And when do you ever ask a woman if she believes that another woman looks better than her? Like, come on. He with the shit too. So that's why it's like, okay, so we with the shit today. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's not. Do you know what with the shit mean? Like, that means you really not with the shit, but I can get on that time if you're on that time. Once again, 80% of his stuff is with the shit. So when you're saying you're not with the shit, you are the shit. I can get I can do the boring shit too. I can go boring, but I'm not boring. I'm upbeat. I can handle mess, have people cussing, have people going at each other. I love watching JP do the stuff that he do. I love having shows, and that's fine. That's YouTube. That's what he know, and that's why he has been successful. So I'm saying it's different. Like, I keep everything. Like me, I've been have consistently across the board. Everybody know, they be like, yo, you've been the same way since you got on it. People, if you're that way, be that way, but don't fake and say, hey, I like decorum and respect, and I wear a tie, and damn well you're not wearing no goddamn tie. You know that. If you're messy, then you're messy, and that's how we're going to look at, because your history says mess. Now, if you're nice, you're elegant, you ladylike and everything, and then you're dipping in it, that's something different. That's something different. Like LA Projects, I've seen stuff come up on her channel, but I wouldn't say her channel is mess. I wouldn't say that, because most of the time when I've come over here, it's been cordial, it's been calm, nobody cussing at each other, nobody yelling, nobody name calling, none of that. So I would say she has a split of at least talking about close to 90% that is 90% not mess, and it's cool. You have a productive build, you can learn something, you can hear something, you get to see a nice lady up here, and then 10% it'd be mess. And I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, again, if I see and I know two grown people got history or something, and they're just jabbing, I'm not finna stay. Hey, excuse me, ladies. Like, let's calm this. No, get this. Hopefully, this can be the last time that y'all do this, or you can take it somewhere else or whatever. But this is not my platform. I'm helping it, helping with it. It's a fun show. It helps give me a little bit, I guess, just exposure to different types of people. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, my channel is a little bit different.
Exactly.
Exactly. But it doesn't always get that way. You know what I mean? I'm actually thankful that a lot of women who normally don't participate are starting to. It doesn't always have to be so ugly. But like I said, when you got two individuals who got history, sometimes it just happens, man.
And it wasn't even your channel. Like you said, it wasn't your channel. See? Perfect example. It's not even my channel. This channel probably, and whoever channel you probably on, they probably produce that type of content majority of the time.
But we got to take into consideration the people that were involved. Is this pretty normal for them as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
No
matter where they go.
At that moment, so it's like, okay, so we with the shit today. Like, the host sets the tone. The host and you kind of like, the unofficial co-host. I guess Rose C also unofficial co-host, but I really didn't hear much from her. So that's it. Like, y'all with the shit today. Like, that's what it sounds like. Bomb up there. She about to slip into being with the shit at any given time, because that's what Bomb do. So that's it. We with the shit right now. Like, Chanel.
Y'all probably missed their previous interaction on another show.
Who channel is?
Of course, but it's about to come. Like, y'all can kind of cut the tension and with a knife. Like, what's gonna happen. And what Chanel gonna do? She pretty much gonna make it seem like, oh well, I'm married, y'all are not, so y'all should listen to me when it comes to this shit. So that's when you supposed to you supposed to fucking light her ass on fire right there.
And that's actually great, because y'all talking about the lady show, right? Y'all talking about with Lauren. See, now I guarantee when Lauren and Rogue set up there, and hey, we're going to have these shows with Witch Doctor and what's the other guy? Israel. I guarantee they wasn't trying to say, hey, we're trying to have the Fight Club vibe over here. I guarantee they was trying to say, hey, I want, lady, I want productive conversations, and it's supposed to be about women. This is Women's Day.
But true, if you like I said, sometimes it just happens. Even on Tough Talks, when Sharon was a part of the crew, like, it was a third of the show was Izzy and Sharon arguing.
Right.
How could we stop that?
Okay, that's just like me. Okay, here, this is a prime example.
Hi, Sharon.
Hopefully you can understand this. If I have once again, because look at the personnel. Sharon and Izzy, you go to their channels. Do you see more of people arguing, or do you see more of a collective build where it's mostly not arguments? And just due to historical fact. Like, I've been on here a long time, so I know pretty much how everybody is. Especially a lot of y'all came into this sector. This is our sector. So the people that you're around now, like, this is our sector. We know each other for about to say 6 years now. We pretty much know how each of us are. So if you got Sharon and Iz, we know they don't like each other. They work with each other for money. They don't like each other. Yeah, somebody came in with an echo.
And it's just an echo, but I think that's the way it's saying that she's ready to speak, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie this up. So if you have these two people, they're going to argue. So it's just like if I have two children that don't like each other, they're going to be combative. So I'm not going to keep bringing Tom and Jack in the same room and say, "Hey, you guys sit down and play blocks nicely," and I'm going to walk out the room and go to the store and get you guys some food. They're going to be whipping each other's tail by the time I get back. It's just common sense for me.
All right, Genesis, you got anything on there? I know you're trying to come off mute.
Yeah. Hi, y'all. Hey, chocolate chip cookie auntie. Hey,
What's
beautiful Lauren. Hey, True.
Chocolate chip, Lord have mercy.
He is a chocolate chip cookie. Look at him.
Look at his face, though. He is like, oh, can you just already?
He don't really like that I do that, but so what?
Auntie, you don't like compliments.
You got a mean.
I just don't.
Okay, I'm gonna call you something else. Hey, chocolate chip.
If I don't
That just means that you're delicious. Anyway, Lauren, LA, I was bothered while the live was going on. So I've been triggered off. I was triggered off through this whole thing and even the replay because, well, I was waiting to just say something here. Who was that said that?
Oh man, I saw you ask about the leak.
Okay.
I knew you had something to say.
But I always come and support LA. So even if I just be like, hey, sugars and leaves, just to support. So.
For sure.
But y'all, come on, I'm not trying to be mean or funny or everything, but we all brown skinned folks and we all understand the levels of the colorism. I was really just bothered because, some of us live with that for our whole lives. Like there's always somebody that's making a backhanded comment or saying something shady. And it usually comes from women. And it's almost like it was like right into the stereotype, right into the play of we can't get along. We always at each other. We can't never say nothing nice about each other. And that was an example of that. But it really bothered me because my two sisters are chocolate, beautiful girls. And one of my sister's boyfriends at one point, whenever they got mad at them or angry at them, she didn't do what he wanted, he would always reference with your black ass kind of thing, So I feel like if this woman's treating you nice and she's everything that you like, but she just happens to be dark skinned or full figure or tall, and then the moment that you guys have a confrontation, that's your go-to to try to hurt her because obviously, yes, even if it's a gift, it's also a curse, right?
Yeah.
So you're beautiful and you're tall and you got these long legs because you're an abnormally tall woman. But then the moment I don't like you and I have a problem with you, I'm going to aim at the fact that you always feel awkward for being so tall. So it's kind of like that with me. It's like, well, especially being in this sector now, with the single and the married, once they made being married a benchmark of success, or to label you as a woman, or to state what your benefit is and your value is to the world, let alone to men. And then to say on top of that, men do the choosing. So what does that mean for the unchosen? What does that mean for the unmarried? What does that mean, like how that comment was made? You're so beautiful. And then the other thing was, I think I was telling Michelle this, how that established what you call beauty. So right now you're telling me that you don't feel good about yourself, or you don't think you look as beautiful in relation to what beauty is to you. And you just sat here and told us on the panel without saying it, that beauty to you is light skin.
Right.
Because you're saying I'm not light skinned, but I got married. So it's like, it was like a slick hand, backhand, ha, what's wrong with you? Ha, why you can't get what I got? And I don't even look as good as you. So the comment do you think the other woman is more prettier than you? That's when he said that, she laughed. And that burned my blood because it was like, that's exactly what she was going for. And I'm not trying to aim at people. Y'all know I stand up on folks' business. But it just seemed like we've been through that. I live in Detroit. It's 99% black. We got black on black on black on black problems all day. So it's like, you know, just being, y'all know I'm not no ugly woman, and I know that I'm not unattractive, but just knowing that I've stepped into the room and somebody feels I look better than them, when that's not even my intentions, and it's like the curse of the pretty girl, so what are you supposed to do? And at the end of the day, when you telling me in this manosphere peel sector, you know, world, you telling me that the men are the ones doing the choosing. So she basically said, how did I get chosen? Y'all didn't get chosen. Like, how come I won and I got the medal and you didn't? Especially when she kept saying, because you guys are so beautiful. And it's only just triggering because I've heard that so many times. Like, well, you're so beautiful. You clean the house well. You're so domesticated. I can't help that my mama was from that generation where I get up every Saturday morning and they got to clean up no matter what. Some of y'all didn't experience that. So by default, my OCD kicks in just in general. It should be a target. You're right. So according to that, I should be prime wifey material according to you, because you're saying, oh, you're so submissive. You clean well. You cook. What, you know how to cook, you know how to clean, you're so pretty. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you married? Because you kept reiterating, I'm just asking because you're so beautiful. And that, you know, that's that friend of me. You know, I'm just saying. Say what?
I say like that equates to marriage.
Exactly. Like, and then it was then and then
you echoing like that?
Yeah, you hear it, right?
Yeah. Why are you echoing like that? You got something else open?
It's very bad.
It might is it you got the is it the streamer that's got the little double mess or whatever, because it's got two of them on this side.
You might have your echo cancellation on or off or something like that.
I don't know how to do it on my side, but I just was gonna say that, and because I'm working and I was not gonna stay up here long and keep y'all, but I'll be up here with y'all listening. But you know, it's I'm not like I said, I don't have self-esteem issues as far as what I look like, and as far as me being pretty in relation to how I feel being, you know, pretty. And I've been told enough times in my life that it's been reinforced. And I'm, you know, some women have never heard that as much as some of us have heard it. So to say that being pretty is a requirement to be married, or like a benchmark of being married, like, well, once you're pretty, like all pretty women are supposed to be married, as opposed to, and then when that whole comment about, well, it seemed like the average people just settle, her response was showing that she was offended, because at that point you established that you're not pretty as the rest of these women, you're average, and that you settled, or he settled for you, or you settled for him. So that was just really disgusting. Right. You know what? I know I look good. I look good, actually. What's her name? Shotty said, ask Janelle one name. She say,
Jen, now I remember what you was talking about.
Damn. Say it. Go ahead.
I said now I remember exactly what show, because I was there that happened when she said it to LA and Rogue, and I said I said something in the comment. I said, "Oh, she's going to take it there." I said, "Okay, great question. Let's see where this goes at." I said, "Damn." I said, y'all keep talking about this sisterhood. There go a sly little underhand hatred thing going on.
Everybody ain't in there.
Is it better now?
The sisterhood exists. It just don't exist for everybody.
Is it better now? Can you hear me?
It does. Right. Yeah. Yeah, we can still hear your echo too.
It exists when it's time to drag a nigga.
Yes.
Or a collective group of niggas, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they all on the same team for that. When it's time to blame a nigga for some shit,
when they buy themselves,
do they be lying though, or do they just mob up?
Yeah, that's the point. But
sometimes it be lies and sometimes it be justified.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Yeah,
right.
they'll be lying, but that supersedes the point. He
See, y'all talk so much too low key. Jumped off the panel. Damn. What you got on it?
Only a woman was talking at that time when she jumped off, but you know.
Oh, you good?
We ain't go.
What you got on the topic?
Man, nothing, man. I got the key importance to recognizing her as a troll is because she comes like you have trolls. You have trolls that will they're trolling. They have no other obvious purpose. But when you got somebody that's moving under the roots of something else. Mm-hmm. That's giving verbiage to allude to something otherwise when they're literally just there to troll and commit chaos. It's a different, you know what I'm saying? It's a different entity. It's like you're being infiltrated. So don't get me wrong. It's the as far as the space goes, there's an important part with the entertainment side of it. Yes, it's gonna cause for I guess more of a draw in certain scenarios as far as like regular trolls go and people that just come with that kind of entertainment. But when it's under the roof of somebody that's depicting themselves as help, as a focus of positivity, so to speak, they claim that they're, you know, here for a certain purpose when they're truly not. Them the ones you kind of got to keep that eye open and know how to get the fuck up out of here when you need to, because
you know what though, I really be feeling like a lot of folks just they be needing something to do. I don't know if they deal with insomnia, especially with dealing like with those late hours, or what it be, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, some people, like I said, they're quirky. I hear what you guys are saying, but I be, you know, when I come to think about the whys, you know what I'm saying, why people are here, sometimes I feel like it's so many different reasons why, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. And just to be clear, like I don't think like it was something for you to take like personally, like, hey, me, LA. I do think that was something just put out there for the space in general, just an awareness of how some people are in this space, especially specific people in that
Jenny,
sense.
you still got it,
again, and a lot of people like in the circle that I know of, as far as the spaces that I frequent on here, being your
hold on, Jen, you still got your echo.
I'm talking about.
Sorry, go ahead.
We do have to be mindful, especially when we're conducting business, in the sense of we're really trying to tap in with the people and give structure and, you know, things like that. We definitely got to be mindful of people like just them what do you call them, the wolves in sheep clothing.
Well, I mean, I think it kind of you know, just with the combination of people that was on the panel, it revealed some, you know, it was definitely entertaining. I didn't know it was going to go that far, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, having that extra element out there to be like, wait a minute, no, I know what you just did. That was kind of, you know, that was spicy.
But think about the amount of people that can't can't read a room that well and can't, you know what I'm saying?
That was my point. That's my point earlier.
And so that's what I felt, you know, a lot of our points was just, it's some people out there that are ignorant to seeing that and end up misguided or following the wrong path. I think that's something we do have to stand up on.
That's why I mastered situational awareness and environmental awareness, brother. You know, in the room, make sure you come in and be observational. Don't even say nothing. Just look at it. Just take it. Look back and see people. See how they moving with each other, what they saying. You'll pretty much pick up on a lot of stuff real easily. We just don't be looking.
Well, it must be me. Gosh.
Hey, Bookie.
Oh, what's up, Michelle?
Hey.
Hey. What you got on the topic? Why aren't you married, Michelle?
I married.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Look, I'll be divorced. I'll be divorced less than 6 months. See, I know me and my attitude. No.
And niggas don't like hot pockets.
You said what?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me? I'd be divorced less than 6 months because I know me and my attitude.
I like
and
her.
I got ways on me I need to work on, so marriage not for me.
Do you actually intend on working on it and you're just acknowledging marriage?
Like rules and regulations.
Or are you just settled?
I like her a lot.
It ain't never. I like being and doing me. No, never. No.
For sure.
Mm-mm.
For sure.
Be honest with yourself.
Man, listen.
See, that's not fair though. I wanted to be married, but I hit the wall instead.
But that's not
thing. And another thing,
right. When they want to bring down things,
I don't have
like statistics, right? 70% of
matter unless you don't have
it anyway, right? They don't end in death do us part. They end in divorce.
For most
So,
women that are married, come on, kick out.
wait a second.
A lot
Right?
of women up here
So,
being
would
married.
it be better to be divorced in 6 months than to be divorced in 6 years?
I'd be
I'd
wasting a
rather
court
not.
time going.
I'd rather not.
I mean, I
don't
guess you're saying in the sense of just like the sooner you know, the better. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the
Once you sit down and
statistics
So-
and the odds actually say that most marriages will end in divorce anyway. So if you're going to divorce, wouldn't it be better to divorce early rather than late? I mean, it'd be nice for it to last forever, but more often than not, it doesn't.
If there was the only two options, then yes. If that's
Right.
the only two options, but unfortunately, we have three options. It's just don't get married.
That's me.
It
Just
is.
don't get.
There's actually a fourth. I mean, there's a fourth, a fifth. There's a lot of different options. You can stay married forever until you no longer exist.
No, I was just
You
talking
can-
about what we was talking about right here.
And then you can be separated for the next 30 damn years, but then you still stay married. I mean, there's a few different options, but these are the things that people don't talk about in these spaces. And I get it. A lot of this stuff like spawns from the whole Kevin Samuels thing. So Kevin Samuels himself never spoke on what it takes to stay married. He just talked about what it took to get married, which that was advice that people were taking. Dudes and women were taking this advice and listening to it from a dude that was like twice divorced his goddamn self and never kept a healthy damn marriage.
Exactly.
We talk about what it takes to keep a healthy marriage. We just talk about what it is to get married. And I can speak from experience. It's not hard. Anybody can get married. Y'all watched a few people in this space just get married. And
All right, come on, Auntie. Let's go get married. Come on,
that's not
Chuck.
hard.
Exactly. So that's
Come on,
why
Chuck, let's go get married.
we all should be like Michelle. Because I've been saying it for years. Really be honest with yourself.
Hold on, Jay.
That's how you show maturity. That's how you show that you're an adult. Make adult decisions. Choice making. Understand the consequence. She said, "Oh, I'm not going to make it through because I know me." There's nothing wrong with that. See, she doesn't have what's called delusion.
Keeping it.
But the truth, what if it's the other way around? Like you're not gonna make it because you wanted to be married. Like you're not good at being single.
What do you mean?
Not good at being single.
Not the good. Exactly. That's what I'm about to say.
You can't deal with yourself.
It's funny though, isn't it, LA?
The other way around. There's something like
Sometimes, yeah.
you can't preach to me that
No, but
there's
it's funny
somebody for
because
everybody.
people are not good with.
Hold on, Jen. I'm gonna mute you. Just come off mute when you're ready to talk, because you still got that echo.
People are not good at being single. Like they can't be by themselves. They can't even be with themselves, but they expect somebody else to be with them. And that's
Yeah.
Didn't the pandemic kind of show us that with the people that were by themselves going crazy for 2 years?
Man, that's why I had to mention earlier. I mean, shoot, like those people who like, jump from relationship to relationship,
Exactly.
like themselves no break or nothing. And sometimes you can, I think it's necessary, but you can waste time, during your life just in between relationships, just recuperating or just getting back to yourself and getting to know what you want the next time around. You know what I'm saying? Some people just jump from one person to another person, like codependency, man. Gotta stay with yourself.
Can I say this though? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but there are some triggers that I don't like. I always give the example of leaving the toilet seat up, right? But I'm by myself. I live alone, just me and my dog. Who's leaving the toilet seat up? No one. Right? And then you get with someone, and now the toilet seat is up in the middle of the night, and I fall in it because I forgot to put it down. But it's never been a trigger issue when I'm alone. So some things, to me, in my opinion, do not become a trigger or a flag to look for until that person comes into your life. So if you single for 30 years, you ain't got to worry about someone moving your stuff or just all those idiosyncrasies that you have to adjust to when you're with someone. They're not there. So for me, you don't know all the way until that person comes into your life, and then now you're starting to merge your lives together, and now you have, oh my God, I can't believe it. Why do you eat one popcorn kernel at a time? Like that's so irritating. Or why do you line your french fries up? So you don't even know these things bother you until you're actually with someone for them to actually be, brought to the surface. So I don't know. That's why I said sometimes maybe it could be not a good thing for someone to be single so long that they don't ever learn or regain, the knowledge of how to be with someone.
But that's the point, Joe. How many times do you have to go through that, though? You already know one relationship, if it's long enough, hopefully, and most of the time when you talk to people, they'll say, hey, I actually had a relationship that was over 5 years. How about everybody up here? It's 6 people. I've had several relationships that was over 5 years. So you know your dislikes and your likes when having a partner. They're never going to change because that's who you are. They're never going to change.
Okay, so quick question though. So because at what stage? Because now we are all over 30, over 35. Mm-hmm. And this stage of our life, we know way more than we knew 10 years ago. So I can't look back and say I should have given grace in my relationship that I had when I was 21 versus when I was 31 versus when I was 41. 41, I know more. I know I 31 and 41, I can say I learned enough to what you're saying is valid. I know enough about me to know that, like Michelle said, I can't deal with this. But at 21, there's nothing that I knew to say I can't deal with this because I'm thinking I'm going to grow old with this person because that's the dream I was fed, right? I was a princess. I'm supposed to be waiting on my prince to come so I can throw my hair down and he can climb up and save me. But 31, no one came to save me. And 41, no one came to save me. So now you do know some things. You're like, oh, I can't stand smacking. Why you got to with your mouth open? So at 51, I for sure know some shit. I'm be like, oh wait, you don't take the shoes off before you come to my house and you stay outside. Just because at this point I don't need you track. I'm not gonna let you in to do more damage to damage me. At 21, I didn't know what was damaging me. I'm like, oh my god, he can keep his shoes on.
Right. That's why
check this out, right? So, like little things like that. Like I had to learn that after being in relationships for years, and then it doesn't take as long. It's like a game of name that tune. It might have took you 10 notes to name that tune when you was 21, but now when you're 41, 42, you can name that tune in 3 notes. Like for example, with Genesis, she just started off with quick questions, and then she just went off on a tangent, and we still have not heard a question. Like that's off. Like, so where was your question, and when are you gonna give me time to answer it? But then after years of kind of dealing with that, dating, being in relationships, I understand that's just some of the shit that women fucking do. So just wait for her to finish or run out of breath or whatever. And think about
Auntie, why are you coming for me, hot chocolate? I'm gonna dip you in my milk.
Like you probably don't even know what the question
is. And that's the key thing right there.
You got him, Jim.
Single question.
What you say? I can't hear nothing, Auntie. What you say?
Well, I'm also giving like an OJT lesson on panel warfare and how to handle trolls and shit. You got to kind of listen to what they're saying instead of trying to figure out what they're trying to tell you, because you never will. A lot of times they don't. Their goal is to kind of throw off or get a reaction. I'm not saying that's your goal, but when I listen to what you're saying, I'm like, I'm just waiting on the question in there. But there was no question. Right. Like as soon as you say quick question, I'm waiting on the question because I don't want to like answer it incorrectly.
You said quick.
All right, my quick question is, Auntie, why you so milky?
Oh, why am I so what?
Go on, man. Golly.
Go on. What you say, Michelle? Go on. What?
Hey.
And you just like to hear me talk, and we ain't gonna do this
like
today.
Hey, remember old boy from Martin, Almondy? You so
yes, that's what I was thinking of. You so almondy. Why you so almondy? You over there being all kind of almond.
Almondy.
You so almond.
Brown.
All right, so I had asked this question earlier. Well, how do you guys feel about hold on just a second. When you get ready to talk, Jen, just unmute again. How do y'all feel about living together before marriage? You think that's a good idea or not?
I ain't gonna lie.
Don't do
Not a
it.
good idea.
I don't stay with a man before. I ain't gonna lie.
Not a good idea.
He don't shame in my game.
Oh, it's bad.
I mean, look,
beneficial.
it really depends, right? I would say it depends. I think it is good to live with each other for some time before marriage, but I think there should be an engagement to be married.
But what if you ain't trying to get married and you just want to stay with him?
In your process, huh? If you guys are just if you're just dating, you're in an exclusive boyfriend girlfriend type relationship, no, you probably shouldn't be living with each other. But if
in
the
today's
question,
society, people ain't trying to hear that. See,
I don't
Yeah,
want no
but-
rent. I don't want no layaway boyfriend.
that's why I got cut off. But
my bad.
You know what I'm saying? No, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, if y'all have already had the conversation and it's already established, like, look, you are going to get married, even if you guys haven't had rings or whatever, but there's pretty much an engagement or whatever. And look, we are going, like you and I are going to get married. Then yeah, it probably is best to live with each other, you know, for some length of time, because that can change things. And even to go to like what Genesis was saying earlier, and I'll land the plane real quick, when she was talking about like the toilet seat up and shit like that. Yeah, things like that can annoy you. That's why I always say his and her everything. That's like the key to a healthy, long-lasting relationship or marriage. And I only know this because I know what the opposite is. Them close quarters can be a pain in the ass, like sharing things like a bathroom, sharing those extra spaces, the living room. We got
what if you can't afford a house?
You'll be ready to make a sink.
No, so it's nice for her to just have her own space, her own room. You got your area, whatever. When the homies, the fellas come over, you guys
But what
can go
you can't afford right now?
go over there. You got to be able to get away without being able to get away. Because if you got hobbies like you want to play pool, you want to play cards, you want to watch the game, you want to play video games, it ain't always that's not always going to sit well with your lady if you got to leave the house to do it and just leave her and that bitch by herself. So she's more apt to let you do it if you just in the other room rather than having to leave and go up the street.
Who would this handsome guy coming on the panel?
Oh snap! This is gonna be.
Yeah, we might need to go in the back and leave them. We might need to go in the back and leave them four up here to talk about.
You reached the
young man. Put this in my car.
Yeah, an echo. Yeah, that's Genesis.
Come on, Jen, you killing me, man. What's going on?
Yeah, no, I would say share as little as possible. And that includes like just personal space. Share as little as possible. It helps. It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, LA, I like for me
Or be forced to share as little as possible.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with sharing.
With me,
willing, not forcefully.
Having two children's mothers, being married, you know, I would say doing it previously before anything. I have never seen anybody get to death do us part, living together first, and then getting married. Because it's like once you do something, you'll hear this. If you talk to people, they'll say, "Dad, while we was living together and not married, we was bumping, having sex every daggone day." And as soon as we got married, it turned off. And it always produces a sour thing when you get married and you have already lived together, and now it's like, okay, so what's the difference? Then you start trying to implement marriage rules, marriage responsibility, and they're like, hold up, we was good just the way we are. Why are you trying to add wife duties, husband duties, responsibilities this way and all that? We was just good. Now you're trying to change up and saying this is a specific type of way of being married now. Oh, we're married now, so this is what's got to happen now. This is how we got to live. This is how we got to do things. You can't, be out while the children home and hanging out all types of night this time and all those things. Because at the end of the day, if you're not married, you're not married. You can try to force it all you want, but that person is not yours. They can have their own autonomy, their life, whatever they want. They can talk to as many men and women that they want to talk to. You can't stop that because you have no responsibility towards them at all. I would never suggest somebody do that. Do it the right way. Live apart, no sex, get to know each other, and then find out if you guys really love and like each other to the point where y'all ready to walk together.
Yeah.
But look at Lo's face when you said,
"Wow."
When people be friends.
Like, the fuck you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear.
But you never really know a person until you living with them, though. Because I mean, when we be with each other, we be dating each other, and we be rocking with each other, you my shorty, my girl. It's things about me that I'm hiding back, I'm holding back, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's things you holding back too as well. You know what I'm saying?
You're not
But when
paying
you
attention to them.
Not even always holding back. Some things won't be revealed outside.
It just won't be revealed like that. It's not about that. Until you living with a person for real, you start to people. Yo, this person be the tallest seat, this person pissing on the. You start seeing things in your mind, just littlest things. Now you start seeing the pet peeves or the things that you don't like about a person when you get to live around a person. If you're not really living with a person, you don't really know that person. Depends. Unless y'all being really honest with each other. And it's like that, unless y'all being really honest, because there is that little small percentage of that. But if y'all being real with each other and open and honest, then you can have that. But a lot of times it's going to take you really living with a person to see if you could tolerate a person for real. You know what I mean? Because you can spend an hour with a person don't mean
in the corner standing up by themselves.
Have you ever not lived with a man and seen that he left the toilet seat up?
No, I'm not saying that.
No. Hold on.
Don't y'all just leave your own toilet seat up? You don't ever sit down.
Right there.
Hold on for a minute, because I'm trying to show you something. What'd you say, LA?
I said, yeah, if I go over to visit or something, yeah, I could probably see exactly how he's living, you know.
Okay, exactly. Because you're trying to pay attention because you're saying, hey, I like this guy. I'm attracted to him. So now I'm actually saying if we can actually have something worth something and long. So now I'm going to see if he does the things I don't like. Is he filthy? Is he don't wash out the tub properly even when he take a shower? Do he leave the toilet seat up?
That's also very situational. Say said person might be living with somebody else, so you don't have a direct,
That ain't good either. Somebody living with somebody else, you ain't ready for no daggone marriage.
But then truth. Say the person always clean up right before you come. It's all spick and span. They clean up right before you come. And now you in the crib, you like, nah, you were really a messy person. You know what I'm saying? We be fronting for the next partner. You know what I'm saying? We be fronting sometimes.
Yo.
Do men have to put the toilet seat down when they live alone?
Yes,
What do they need to put it down for?
Yes.
You know, that's I prefer me personally. I prefer to keep it down. You know, I prefer.
Is that like aesthetics for aesthetic reasons or?
No, just because sometimes I gotta sit on the motherfuckers. Like, damn,
I was felling the motherfucker. I was drunk one day. I was felling the motherfucker. We just told us to down, bro.
You have a mother, you know better.
Why y'all be peeing on
whip
the
my
toilet?
tail if I left that toilet seat.
So then, how come y'all miss the toilet even though y'all live in the seat up?
I don't miss anything.
No, but that's why I say, like, me personally, I'm not arguing with a woman over something so little as a toilet seat. If you are in a place with me, you will have your own bathroom. I guarantee it. I'm not sharing a bathroom with a woman.
We're gonna have to get side by side houses, Auntie.
Women bathroom are way worse than
that. He talking.
You're gonna live with somebody and you got
one bathroom. Come home and sit on your face. I don't care about
in the whole house, but like my parents, they had a bathroom, but they had 2 separate sinks, 2 mirrors. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time, check this out, right? It's not just the toilet. Like, yeah, y'all a bitch about that pet peeve with dudes leaving the toilet seat up. I don't live with y'all leave like somebody like LA Project, for example. I'm pretty sure hair be all over the damn.
He was gonna say that shit.
Like,
it do be hair, but still,
I got some on my desk right now.
But that's not pee. That's not urine. That's not urine, sir. That's not urine.
I don't give a shit. You can do whatever you want in there. You can hang up your bras and your drawers and shits be damp all over the damn. You can leave hand wash every now and then.
But what is
take that shit out for you? It is what it is. But I got my bathroom and you got yours. It's all good.
Okay, so what about these What about the comments that people be making, like when we see married people on panels, right? And people like in the chat be like, "Shoot, shouldn't you like? Where's your husband or where's your wife? Why are you on the panel? Blah blah blah." But we just kind of established that it's important to have your own space, your own time, and stuff like that. So, what do y'all feel about married people who be online a lot?
That's selective. Each his own.
Yeah, it's selective and situational. I think it's a lot of stuff that reveals. It's a lot of revealing stuff that come out the mouths of these quote unquote successfully married people or healthily married people. Like that kind of it's convoluting with what their claims and how they arguments and their rhetorics on these panels. And I be like, ain't no fucking way.
I think they're unhappy and they can't say the same stuff that they're saying on the panel to their spouses.
Exactly.
It's an outlet, and I think that it's like going to work and having a different attitude at work. And they say, when you finally meet the spouse, you're like, oh my goodness, Lauren is such a wonderful person at work. You're like, oh my gosh, she's not at home. Like, who is she? So like, I think it's that. I think that they get up here and they are sitting in another room, or their spouse is at work or doing whatever, and they're not even in earshot of some of the stuff they're saying. Because how would you be married to someone, lay next to them? I couldn't do it. I'd be sitting there figuring out which ball of cereal I'm gonna piss in and feed it to you, because you're not gonna lay next to me and sit here and say all that crazy stuff out here on these panels, and then lay next to me and have a good night and think you're not gonna get a bowl full of pissy Cheerios. Like, that's crazy.
Hold on. And that's what I was worried about right there.
No, true. You heard what she said? Pissy cherry. Look, we're just gonna gloss over that real quick. What I would say,
get the spaghetti.
I'm gonna have to drop down in a second. I got
damn serial killer.
A lot of these folks on here are not in as healthy. Like a lot of these married folks that be on panels. I'm not saying everybody's got a fucked up marriage, but most of these people, their marriage ain't all it's cracked up to be. It's just a marriage on paper. For real. That's why they're able to hear without their significant other on camera, like nowhere in the fucking frame at 2-3 in the fucking morning, because their significant other literally don't want shit to do with them. It's like whatever.
So then, Auntie, why force this arm? What's wrong with you if you're not married thing? Why force? Why even bring that? Why even is that in the air if you're not married? What's wrong with you if I'm in a horrible marriage?
It's projection. More often than not, Jen, it's projection. They're going to ask you what's wrong with you because you're not married, when in actuality, they're in an unhappy marriage. They understand that more than likely their spouse don't like them. They don't like their damn spouse. And their spouse is like, you know what? I'm glad her ass is on the internet at 2 a.m. talking to all them goddamn single people, because that way she can leave me the fuck alone.
Yep.
Leave me the fuck alone. Hey,
Exactly. Woman or wife is on the internet talking to a whole bunch of men on the panel instead of being with me.
Just think about it. If you're trophying your marriage,
that would be insane.
If you see a married dude or woman in the damn club every night around single people at 10, 11, 12 at night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and they married, what would that tell you?
Yeah. Your wife don't love you.
This space ain't no different.
Take a look at Zyrax's comment.
That means
because married folks are online, that means we miserable.
No, we did state that it's situational, but it's the type.
Zyrax,
you know exactly. It depends on your dynamic, bro. It depends on your dynamics, bro.
Zyrax, I'm gonna leave that alone.
We didn't say that. That's not what we said. We said some of these people, because there's no way that you can sit here and be happily married. I'm not saying there's no way, but I'm just saying if it's an oxymoron, if you're happily married, the whole narrative that people are pushing is get with someone to live the rest of your life with, to be happy with. So if you are happy with this person for the rest of your life, but you over here online with us at the pinnacle hours of lovemaking or smooching or all that, and you're over here with us, why we're not saying that you unhappy, but we
not interfere with anything else.
And since we got a pinpoint, that's what I'm saying. I'm not and be more literal.
Yeah, I'm not going to speak for every marriage. I would speak, and this is just because I haven't been through it. I would speak for the marriages that are in the 6-7 year scale or underneath 10 years. If you under 10 years of being married, I get it. Once you've been married 12, 13, 14 years, yeah, whatever. She's doing her thing, he's doing his thing. It don't necessarily mean that you're unhappy or nothing like that. But them people that be in the early stages of their marriage and that under 10-year stage, but yet they spending more time on the internet than they are with a significant other, you should question the health of that marriage.
Yes, that's a fact.
Nah, yeah, and it's very situational. Again, I was kind of pinpointing the people that get up here and they have certain argument points, or they're speaking about single people shit, you know what I'm saying, from the standpoint as if they were still single. Like,
yes, and we know
it's different now, because it's different nowadays, though, bro. Because nowadays the social media and all these things is prevalent now. You know what I mean? Some people's making money. You know what I'm saying? You online, you get in your bag. Same way you got your job you work in. People got their job they work in. So,
yeah, if that's the case, but let's
money.
not.
Right.
That's a very minute amount of people.
The love of money, yes.
That's a very small amount of people.
Love money more than your marriage.
That's what's gonna take away from the rest. Okay, I got you, True.
I understand.
Yeah, but there are some people, and you could what you say, they're up here making money. They might be their job now. But there are some people, and just like you said, as soon as you said it, it triggered a memory of someone who for the first half of the time they was up here, no one knew they were married until they said it to make a point. So the fact is that some of these people are here and they're not even accounting for their spouse. They're not even acknowledging their union. And then they're making comments about a single person's life and what they should and should not be doing. And then later on, and then they go on to find out in an argument or in some sort of discord that, hey, I've been married for 13 years. I know what I'm talking about.
20
and you're like, well, you just been telling me, fuck this nigga, fuck him and his, all this. Don't be no doormat to this man. But you've been married for the entire time of this conversation.
I got you. Yeah.
I
need a couple of people like that online that I think like that, right?
Beyonce, single ladies, and all of that shit while married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so I don't know. I guess, like I said, the whole question. Okay, for the guys, for Uda and for Old Man Low, are y'all married?
No.
Okay, why aren't you married?
Please say.
Not by my choice.
I'm just taking my time, man. I'm taking my time.
The answer is yes. In case you're asking. Hello.
Taking my time.
What you doing out here, Otto?
She cuffing already. No ceremony needed
out here.
What's going on?
Say I'm getting to it, man. I'm out here
I'm out here. I'm out here
with these ladies.
Hey, Otto, will you meet me at the altar in your white dress?
Huh? What'd you say?
That's Uda.
I said, okay. Uda, I said, can you meet me at the altar in my white dress?
Let's go.
He said, if you fix that
mic.
Pop out and show niggas. You heard what Kendrick said.
It's gonna be 5 more with you. Just know that, Jen. That's all he's saying. My brother was trying to get him. Just know that.
Don't do that, True.
No, we can't get him.
Don't do that, True.
No, but seriously, like, how come you just didn't ask somebody somewhere along the way?
I've met great women. I think I met women that I probably felt that I wanted to. I'm not against marriage, but I think it's going to take the right components. I think it's going to have to take the right person. We're going to be able to build. Especially at this point in my life now, especially. Being young, I was probably more immature, even when I had some of those women that. Was probably that type of woman that I should have probably kept it more real with. Maybe I was probably cheating, doing other shit that I was doing, young, immature stuff. So maybe I squandered a few opportunities as well, being immature. But yeah, I'm just taking my time though. Straight.
Okay. Old man, no? Why aren't you married?
I mean, it's just, I guess, situational. I'm not against it, but I'm not doing it for the sake of just doing it, or the paperwork, or whatever people's goal or aim is, just to say that they are. Like, that part I don't believe in.
Wait, say that again. What part is
doing it for the sake of just doing it, or to claim that I am, or just, you know what I'm saying? Because people feel like I should be, or any of that. None of that shit matter to me. I don't.
So I have a question too. So if the narrative is that the men are what they say, women are have the gateway to sex, and the men have the gateway to relationship. Mm-hmm. So based on y'all answers, A lot of men say that. I'm just waiting. I'm just filling things out. I'm trying to get myself together. And you know that women are waiting on you to choose. And then what happens if you don't ever choose?
Then we get older and then they say they don't want us no more. They gotta go down
because yeah, because I'm at the wall, girl. I'm invisible. These men do not be paying me no attention. However, no, for real, they pay attention until they realize how old I am. What happens if you don't?
You ain't old. You need to stop. You need to stop cougering. They talking about you old. You need to stop cougering because you ain't old at all.
That tongue said real.
I'm saying talking about she old.
That tongue is old as hell.
What a lot of dudes don't want to come up and be honest about is that, look, there's a difference between options and choices, and you're not always ready to give up your options to make a choice. Because as soon as you make a choice, your options are off of the table. So especially the older that we get, we got to realize you running out of do-overs and you running out of chances to get it right. Because that's the one that's your most valuable asset is time. So when you're in your 20s, you can blow 5 years here, you can blow 3 years there, you can blow time here and there. Once you start to get up in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. You can't just be giving out 5 years here and there just for some shit that probably won't work. So sometimes it's just keep your options open.
A lot that go to it, man. To me, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's a lot of components that go to it. And God is a major thing too, you know what I'm saying? We got to be able to have that too as well. It's like a synchronicity that we're going to have, you know what I'm saying? It's not just about being able to spend a day with each other. That don't mean we can spend forever with each other, you know what I'm saying? I've learned it, you know what I'm saying? I've lusted. I've done a lot. I've done the most. I've been a cheat. I've been a dog. I've been mad stuff, and I can be honest on who I've been, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
And why y'all asking like it's as simple as going to the fucking store? Like,
let me ask you, gentlemen.
Hey, I was asked. I just had to ask other people. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get y'all in on the fun.
I think that's a
just
crazy
question. Somebody asked her. She just threw that shot. That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
People want to ask her.
I think it was crazy.
Like,
The person that asked her, and that if they asked in that manner, like, it's not. It ain't just a black super with black and white. Like,
let me ask you, gentlemen. Can I ask them a quick question, LA? Because I saw the comment that you put up. Do if you would like to share? I always preference that because I don't like when people be in my business. If you would like to share, do you have children?
Oh, okay.
Do you two gentlemen have children?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Okay, you got 3. How many you have, old man Low?
2.
Okay, 2.
Yeah.
So the reason why I asked that,
possible.
I saw the comment in the chat, but it is a great question. So do you guys believe that is it that simple for real? Oh.
No, she said it is that simple for real.
It is that simple for real. Yeah.
You have the right to believe so.
Do you believe you guys have failed your children in some type of way? And I'm gonna ask you why I asked it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, old man?
You even got to ask me how I can see where you going at.
Yeah. I know you see where I'm going.
To a degree, yes. Intentionally, absolutely not. But yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes we intentionally do things on purpose, unintentionally. That's how we live in. You know what I mean? We live in the wrong way. So is it intentional? Is it unintentional? If you're living, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's where I was going at. If you're living a certain type of lifestyle, you know the lifestyle that you're living. If you're dealing with women, children more than likely are going to come along, especially if you meet one that you really rock with and y'all not doing it safely and everything. Like you like, hold up, I really rock with her. I want to feel all of it, and she into it, y'all into it. Baby's probably going to come. So the way I looked at it is like I don't mind sharing this with my first 2 children. I will openly admit, those 2 in some sense I have extremely failed them because they didn't get their father every single day, 4 days, 5 days, a whole summer. But times they woke up crying, had to run to mommy, where daddy at? Can you call them on the phone? Even if I'm at work or I'm at home somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Those type of, for me, those are the things that I'm constantly thinking about right now. Like,
we got to choose better. I mean, that's why we got to choose better from the very beginning. We have to choose better. We have to know what we want to do. Yo, we want to have kids, or what the hell we want to do. Yo, what we want to get married. We want to know. That's why we got to know what we want to do.
Yes.
And be more assertive in that way. You know what I'm saying? Because when we just linger in, I mean, because that's how I probably had kids just doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get caught up in the same situations. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that in some ways I could have failed my kids in some ways, because you would want to keep those things together, because we understand that kids having a mother and a father is going to help them major in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So in those aspects, I believe that's a failure. You know what I'm saying? That's a failure, regardless of her fault, my fault, whoever fault. It's our fault. You know what I mean? It's both our fault.
Our fault, yeah.
I'll just take my fault in it. And yeah, I'll say, yeah.
I'm looking at mine right now.
Exactly. Huh?
I'm looking at mine right now.
You said you're looking at yours right now?
Is that a monitor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you have an infant?
No, well, I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old.
You still,
you
still woo woo woo. I ain't mad with you. You still woo woo woo. I ain't mad with you. I ain't mad with you, Teddy.
How old is your children? How old is your children? Yeah.
Oh, my son is 18. My oldest son is 18. My oldest son is 18. I got a 6 and I got a 7, actually, and an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 3. Or I don't look. I probably got an 18-year-old son, right? Yeah, I got an 18-year-old son. He bigger than me too. Crazy.
Yeah, hey, don't feel bad. You know,
I got one 19, so I get it, bro.
Yeah, I got
me, bro.
Yeah, I'm not ready for all of that.
I got a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, and I just got a 4-month-old right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, wow. I started all the way back.
Right, man.
They only grow up, bro.
You woo for real. You wanted from you just wooed a couple months ago. You just wooed. Nah. You was just wooing, homie.
I come from being one of them kids, so I never failed mine with my living desire. I never failed mine in that aspect. There's other reasons why I felt like I, you know what I'm saying, failed them. Just if I was at the same time, I wouldn't have these exact children that I have, but I would have liked to have more of a structured, you know what I'm saying, situation, you know, prior to having them. But
me too, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just that, and not just that, you know what I'm saying? Because growing up, like my mom's and my father wasn't together as well. So some of these things, whether we think about them or not psychologically, you know what I'm saying, they affect you. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
I did want to, complete or do things, or you always want to further with the lack thereof. You know what I'm saying? You want to do probably what your parents ain't did or something like that, unless you just run around doing anything. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to fill those gaps. Even the people that sometimes parents that don't have a parent be the greatest parents to their kids because they didn't have a parent. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You want to feel like that void. You know what I'm saying?
I come from parents with absentee fathers. You know what I'm saying? Like both mom and
that's the key thing right there. I'm glad you brought up that. That's how I look at it. Every amount of time, hour, day, week, month, year that I didn't spend, and I'm looking at it as a collective.
It's a long time.
You know, that's a time that I miss.
Yeah.
And you know how I'm looking at, my baby boy now. I'm trying to take every daggone picture, doctor's appointment, trying to change every diaper, trying to save her because like my oldest baby's basically almost grown. I still look at them like kids, but to the world they're grown. Yeah. And my son taller than me, and my daughter daggone them, so they big. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, my babies are grown, and now I got my little baby back. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this though, keep the truth. The craziest thing about it, right? It's no perfect way of parenting. That's why parenting is the greatest thing. You can always learn. You can always get better. Even with the kids you have, God's sparing that you have another kid and you get another chance to do different things with the other ones if the other ones is older. But you can always change. You can always get better. You know what I'm saying? So you making the lack thereof whatever you think you've missed, all of those things is what's being put into this baby now. You know what I'm saying? So everything is like a building block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people just, you know what I mean, go to the curb, but you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So salute that.
So I got a
Everything
question.
in my power.
So I got a question. So you know how we've been hearing, I mean, this is kind of go along with what y'all saying. You know how we've been hearing, I just want to know because it's all y'all men up here and y'all all saying y'all have kids So you know how they've been saying that for the man to not date the woman who has kids. So why should, and that's for the single man who doesn't have kids to date a woman who has kids, right? Because they're saying that if a man who has kids should date a woman who has kids, that's a good match. For a woman who doesn't have kids, why should I date a man who has kids?
I don't know who dates. I don't know who dates who. I don't know who dates who. But if a woman have kids, that don't limit. That don't limit nothing to me.
Right now, and that's what a lot of people are pushing towards when it comes to having this conversation. When it comes to this, they say, "Oh, well, Genesis, you don't have kids, so your best bet is to date someone who doesn't have kids." Like that's like a unicorn, right? So the only option is to date a man who has children. But they never seem to ask the men, why should someone date you and you have kids? But it's really important if the woman has kids and whether or not you should date her. But it's not so much.
One of those double standards, I guess.
People only make it that way. People only make it that shit ain't true.
No, I don't believe in that.
People date who they want to date. People gonna be with who they want to be with. Point blank. Period. That ain't never limit me. If I'm talking to somebody, it doesn't matter if you like somebody. You like somebody. It is what it's gonna be. Okay. Whether you want to be there and keep it real is a whole nother question now.
Right.
But I don't think that's a definitive that to make you choose or not. You know what I'm saying? I think that people just make that as a talking point. I think a lot of these things are talking points. A lot of these same dudes that's talking like that is taking care of another nigga kid, a whole jacket.
That's
You know what I'm saying? You take care of other people's kids and shorty beefing with you because you ain't take care of your kids. So let's not get into the court. Let's not get into
hold on. I wanted to make sure that Low Key and Miss Joy got in because they haven't got a chance to say anything yet.
Yep.
Low Key, you there, hon? Okay, maybe she stepped away. Miss Joy, got a mic check?
Hey, Joy.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, you're
working.
Here we go.
My mic working. Yay.
I ain't mad with you. The bang is banging. The bang is banging. I ain't mad. What's going on? Bang banging. What up?
I came up here to tell them single old ass men up here.
Hey, go choose somebody already.
Yeah. Go find them a wife. Have mercy. What is y'all taking so long for?
Yeah, he said that he just figured it out. He just, you know what I'm saying? Just getting it together. That's why I'm like, get what together?
I ain't forcing shit.
I got a couple single friends, honey, that is looking for a man. I don't know what y'all waiting on. Do y'all hear me? All these single women, I heard you talking about taking your time.
Can I answer her?
I don't believe in
They don't want a 40-year-old. They want 2 20-year-olds.
Not me. I like a chick with gray hair and all of that. Okay, so gray hair is your ID card. Okay, you got to show me at least one strand. You got to show me at least one strand somewhere, baby.
And wisdom over any
All right, I'm trying to get in there.
Look, I can't speak to the other dudes. I've had multiple wives. Like I've had 2 wives. I was divorced twice before I was even 30 years old. So get it? Finding a woman is not hard. Finding a woman that wants to get married is not hard. They're all over the place. Finding a woman that actually wants to not just be a wife, but actually wants to be my wife, because that's a role that's not fit for any available woman. It's not.
That's true.
I'm an exceptional dude, so it's going to require an exceptional woman. So that's literally like I would have to find a needle in a haystack, and more often than not, that's also going to have to find me too. So that's one of the reasons why. So, and as I stated earlier, me personally, I'm running out of time on planet Earth, so I can't afford to get it wrong again twice. So I would rather get it right. I would rather get it right the next time.
Come on now.
I understand.
So when you hear, Auntie, when you hear people say, "Oh, I'm just waiting for the right time," or what do you think about all those excuses, especially when they have, not for the single people, but when they have somebody?
Oh no! When you actually have somebody that actually shows that you're willing to, like, they're willing to tolerate you and your bullshit, because you're a human being. We all got it, and you're willing to tolerate them and what they got going on. Y'all share a vision, and y'all are ready to go on that journey. Because happiness is a journey; it's not a destination. So y'all are ready to go on that journey together. And any journey is gonna have bad weather. It's gonna have peaks. It's gonna have valleys. It's gonna be ups. It's gonna be downs. Nothing's perfect. If you find somebody and you're not willing to, give them all of that. Yeah, there's some issues there. There's some issues there. You got to jump in. Stop sticking the toe in the water. You're gonna have to dive in at some point. At some point.
Yeah.
So I don't think, especially if you done got to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you in your late 30s, early 40s, whatever, either you don't have any children or your children are damn near grown and all of that. You can't use that as an excuse. You're far removed from your last relationship and everything else. Hey, if you found the right person, ain't no reason to waste any time. If they're willing to do the same thing that you're doing, why waste any time? So I do agree with that. It really shouldn't take more than like 6
That'd
months.
be us wasting the time, though. It'd be us that waste the time, right? Because the women are waiting for us. So it'd be us that be wasting the time then. You know what I'm saying? Because women are waiting for us.
But why?
More often than not, yeah, I would say that. I would say that. But I mean, also, like, women got to be honest with themselves, just like dudes got to be honest with themselves too. Don't waste these chicks' times. If she wants marriage and you really don't, or you just don't want it with her, don't waste her time. Let her move on and find the right dude, because you got a limited amount of time just like she do. But women also need to and be like, look, this motherfucker ain't gonna commit.
Business agreement.
Not gonna do it.
What about the actual foundation of y'all relationship?
That's a key point too. You know what I mean? It's just a contract. Marriage is contractual, whatever the case may be. What about the real relationship? That's the point that old man Lowe's making. That's a fact, though. That's most definitely a fact. But marriage is a big, strong step, though. You know what I'm saying? It's showing that we really locking in with each other. We locking in. Just because we in the crib and all that, we not really locked in, right? We really locking in right now.
I drop down. I got one question real quick.
Man, that's a social construct.
Keep it real, Huda. Like, okay, at my age, your age, whatever, truth age, look, all of that shit that these dudes be talking about, a marriage and the contract and all of that, like, for the most part, any woman you deal with or you get with, she's gonna have her own shit going on too. So it's gonna be a union of some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your stuff going, she's gonna have her stuff going. So as far as being scared of losing all of your stuff in court and all of that, we all gonna have something going at this point. We got careers, we got lives, we done raised children, all of that stuff. So it's really like no excuse if you done found the right person.
I don't think so. Yeah, if you take the plunge, bro. If you gotta,
I got
y'all got each other. You might as well take the plunge, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, Truth. You got it.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna drop down because these men had a conversation. I think, well, it probably would be last year, or earlier this year, or late last year. I got two questions for you, gentlemen. One, the first question is, do you want a career woman, or you want a woman that stay at home?
I'm not gonna pick between that. You know what I'm saying? Whether she's this or that. I mean, she could be either one, or she could be both. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe she figured out she could multitask.
Oh man,
what I gotta be. As long as I'm being what I gotta be, then
who
all right, is and she? I'm gonna tell you why I asked that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you about your answer real quick. I mean, after old man. Which one would you and make it short so I can get straight to it, because a whole bunch of people.
Question again.
Would you choose a woman with a career or a woman that stay at home? Make it short so I can let the other people, so I can get through it and then get out so other people can. It's a whole bunch of people on the panel.
It's depending on who she is at home.
Okay.
Does she fit into the criteria of being at home? Is that her comfort? Is that her purpose as a person?
So you get to choose one. You have two. Okay, let me simplify it for you because I guess that was hard. Okay, you have two women, both of them marriageable. One woman is a career woman. One woman is a woman at home. Which one are you choosing?
I don't know.
Great answer.
So that's an easy.
Hold on, Milano, because I'm about to jump out of it. All right, now, Otto, you said it don't matter. However she going, however she is, you going, right?
Ooh, the truth, man. And you know me from one community, so don't remember that part.
Yeah. I remember that one.
All right. Yeah, cool. Buddha. Yeah.
Answer to.
All right. So the reason why I asked you that is because I've constantly said people don't know what they want or what they need. They don't even know how they would even react to a woman being at home, or a woman being that actually has a career that she flourishing, that she's amazing in, that she's the top of it, and she's doing her thing. You don't know how that is. So
No,
that's
I've
why I
had
asked you
both.
which one.
I've had
Yeah.
both. So for
I'm
me,
glad.
I've had both, right?
Yeah, I'm glad.
So for
Hold on,
me,
hold on. Let me get through it.
yeah,
Let
I've
me
had
get through
both.
it. Let me get through it. All right. So you're saying you'll choose either one. I asked Ant the same thing. He said, hell no, he wouldn't want a woman at home. He said,
I
I
never
need a
said.
woman.
That's why I say you got to ask me that right now. I never
All
said
right, all right. Now let me finish because you're gonna remember this conversation. You did say that. You said I need a woman she ain't coming off mooching off of my money. She needs to be getting at it just like I'm getting at it. I need a woman that's getting at it doing her. Oh, you didn't say that?
I've been happy to phrase it right here so everybody can understand because I know what you're getting at, and that could be the way some people take it. No, I need a woman can be home. I'm at home all day. I work from home. A bunch of my shit comes in the damn house. Woman's got to be. Hold up. A woman can be at home, but she needs to be ambitious enough not to need me around all of the time and be totally dependent on me. She could be at home all damn day, every damn day. That doesn't make me a difference, but she needs to be doing something to keep herself busy. If the only thing she's concerned with is what the fuck I'm doing all day, she's going to be a pain in my ass.
Exactly.
That's
exactly
what
what I said in
I
situation.
never said I have a problem with a woman being at home because chances are the home is going to be a lot cooler of a spot as long as she still got that.
So let me explain something to y'all
Is
that
she
never
the type
had a
of
woman
woman
that
that wants to be at home?
Hold on
Is she
for
the type of person where that feeds into her nature?
If you never had that before, right? A woman that don't work and just stay at home. Let me tell you something. It ain't no if she's going to not get on my nerves. When a woman stays at home, she's waiting for your ass to get at home. Okay? It ain't no, she's going to be a woman that's so ambitious and going around and worried about her own self and got her own things going on and doing it. No, that's the reason why she is at home. She's at home because she has fully dedicated her whole entire life to you. And that's why I say we got to find out what exactly we want. Don't pick and choose.
That's not the type of woman though that I was speaking on, because there are women that literally, bro, they stay at home all day and they running online stores, they making candles, they designing clothes.
They're working,
doing
exactly.
That's not a stay-at-home mom.
They are doing.
That's not a stay-at-home mom, bro. That's not what I'm talking about. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Joy.
Hey, hold up.
Joy.
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Thank you, Miss Joy.
I'm waiting on my husband right now to walk through the door.
Exactly. They don't
I'm
know what
counting
it is.
down the minute. Do you hear me?
That's the problem. You don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You have an idea of what it is.
down.
You don't know what it is.
Your problem with your perception.
That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't say I got a problem with a woman that's at home. I'm saying she's just gonna have to have some kind of ambition and something that motivates her to get through the day other than me, or else she's probably going to be a pain in my ass.
Exists.
Hey, Miss Joy, explain it to him. I'm dropping down, baby. Good to see you, Miss Joy.
Oh, same here. So usually a stay-at-home mom's existence is her family. Her family, her husband, that's her whole motivation. We're here to figure out what is needed for the family, So, a stay-at-home woman or what have you, she's going to be into you. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be looking out. What do you need? What do you got going on? Now I understand where you're coming from. She needs to have her own ambition, motivation to kind of like stay out of your hair or whatever. But having an at-home business or whatever, that's not the typical stay at home. That's really not considered stay at home. That's just a woman who works from home. You know what I'm saying?
Ms. Joy, I understand that. I agree 100%. That's why I say I don't deal with typical women. I don't want a typical woman because I'm not a typical dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm counting the minutes down right now.
Over there with they'll have a black
typical time clock.
Yeah. If he ain't in the door at 12:52, I'm calling the police.
Yeah. See that. So if you're asking if I want that or the other one, I'll take the other one. Give me the other for 5,000, Alex.
See, if my husband, if my husband comes in 2 minutes late, something wrong. Something is wrong for real.
Yeah.
Traffic, baby. Like he couldn't stop
baby.
Get gas. He wanted the goddamn.
But see, I got the kind of husband he gonna call. Baby, it's traffic. I'm gonna run that a little late.
Shout out to him. He's doing it right. Shout out to him. He's doing it right. He keeping that communication.
Man, I work on
that communication. Keep off your koofy. So he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right damn thing. You know what I mean? So shout out to him.
Yeah,
Ray,
but
you got
if
one
I
that's a
don't,
little.
yeah, if
I
I don't
got my
hear
head
nothing,
worked for
something
comedy
wrong.
too, so it's all good. I'm done with that.
Right. But no, I think that even like not trying to put all your business out there, Miss Joy, but you have a very interesting story.
Oh Lord.
In terms of her,
You
how
think
she
my story's so interesting.
because okay,
like Truth is saying, right? Where he's like, the stay-at-home woman that's pretty much you cooking, you cleaning, you waiting on me to come home. I got to give you an allowance and all of that other stuff. And you got like that right there. No, that would not be for me. That would.
That's why I said I gotta know what exactly you mean. I can't just be like, yes.
Because I'm not babysitting a grown ass adult.
But what I'm going to do is make a lot.
Geared towards that,
Dude,
though.
I don't mind my allowance. I appreciate mine.
Yeah, some people are just, geared towards that stuff. When you start talking about the love languages and how people like to express themselves. Some people like to do, more like give acts of service, or some people like to give gifts or, words of affirmation, physical touch, just different things. So maybe, shoot, if that's what he wants to do in terms of that's what he's geared towards in terms of being a husband, then shoot, that's what's up. But I think, just people just need to keep in mind that this marriage it does look different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you with. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I don't want to be everything to somebody. That's too much. It's too much.
That's a job.
It is. I'm being responsible for people's logistics and you know what I'm saying? Like making sure that this is done. It's too much. I need somebody to be self-sufficient, be an adult, you know what I'm saying, to some degree. And because I also kind of learned, I kind of like my space too. You know what I'm saying? I've been single for a while and that might be a part of it. But like, I do like my space. I don't think I'm going to be all up under my husband, but I do believe in quality time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about finding the right balance of stuff.
Yeah. Tight. All right, I'm finna go bother my kids, y'all.
I agree with that.
I'm about to go get on my kids' nerves, man. I'm gonna catch.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but you know what I'm saying.
Like you're gonna need some stuff to do, because trust me, I got plenty of stuff to do.
Yeah,
plenty of stuff to do. So you're gonna need some stuff to do too. And eventually you're gonna get like, you can only help me do but so much stuff. Like you're gonna need some stuff to do on your own. With me, I guess I don't know, that motivation, that ambition, that's a very attractive quality and trait. So chances are I wouldn't even end up with a woman that doesn't already begin with. So when we decide to get together and all of that other stuff, I can't see it just going away.
I don't know. I always thought that it would be better like to be with someone early and grow. But what do you guys see like as the benefits or like, I guess like some things to look forward to with getting married later on in life?
That could be great too. I've seen that working for people. You know what I'm saying? You've already lived life you have probably already made some mistakes, probably been married already. Some people have. I think that those people kind of get it right. You know what I mean? Because you've already made mistakes. You've already seen this. You've already seen that. You're probably done with the games and all this other stuff. So, you know what I mean? I think it's a good thing. I think it's good. Hopefully we could get it together from young though. You know what I'm saying? While we here, because a lot of that was it was more prevalent. It was more of it from like, let's think 60s, these times. You know what I mean? It was more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just less. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. That's what's kind of, I don't know, I call it the trick bag that I kind of found myself in, because that was my parents, all her brothers and sisters, they was together since they graduated from high school, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. And so I'm in modern times, walking around here thinking it's going to be the same, and hell no, like.
Different. That's the difference.
Yes, it was totally different. I was not prepared for any of that, and since they pretty much have been with the same person, they they didn't know anything about dating. You know what I'm saying? Everything was just old school. You know what I'm saying? Like you find somebody, you know, it was almost like an automatic thing, you know, like you find someone that's gonna, you know, that you fall in love with them, they love you, and everything is gonna be great.
Man gonna do this, he gonna take care, and the way the man hard to his stomach,
and he gonna
do yeah, the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little, I don't know, it's been a little, you know, a little tough, but I think, you know, like you said, since I've lived some life, you know, like I'm a lot tougher, you know what I'm saying? Like but not in a bad way, you know what I mean? In a more resilient way, you know, not thinking, you know, everything is just gonna happen the way that I envision it. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to adjust if need be, but also having somebody right there to help you with it. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not just being instinctive, not just being in a relationship just for sense of being in one. A lot of time we do that. We just want to be like, people don't want to be alone. Like, we're social creatures too. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. If not, we'd be like some boy with the coconut castaway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're social creatures. So something innate in us want to be with someone at something, whether you want to really be with somebody or just be with somebody, but there's something innate in us that wants that and yearns for that. And, you know, hopefully we can get back to the real though.
Do you think that that's just like things that we're just hoping it to be? Because like, you know, Uda, you and I, we've never been married.
Yeah.
So that's what we hope it to be. Do you think that that's like more wishful thinking, or do you think that that's like something that's possible?
No, I don't think it's wishful thinking, because regardless of the fact, you or me, we're going to bring whatever we're going to bring to that relationship, whatever we think we are. So it's not just wishful, because we know what we probably want to bring, or we know what we probably think we want. So kind of hopeful though, kind of hopeful in a sense, because you never did it. So I agree. There is a hope there. There is.
Yeah, I've been asked that same question too about, you know, if I hopeful. I'm like, yeah, like there's always hope. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who have been married, because I have to get ready to pick up my little one in about 30 minutes, I just wanted to ask you guys, what is your favorite part about being married? Or Auntie, when you were married, what was your favorite part? Just give us one.
No,
the golden era, you know what I'm saying?
No. To be honest, there it wasn't all bad. Like I guess it was just the things that like we did together, like, you know, being somebody else being able to finish your sentences, kind of know what it is that you like, you know what it is that they like, you know, being able to just sit up in the kitchen and cook things together, bake things, and just kind of like those little pet projects, you know, going out, you know, doing things with the kids, the family events and stuff, the holidays, like that was cool. Just being able to share all of that stuff with somebody. So I know that's kind of broad, but that was probably the best thing, is just doing things that you could be doing by yourself, but actually doing them with somebody else.
I like it. I feel you. I mean, because just for me, somebody who hasn't, you know, like I said, hasn't been married, but just been in 5-year, 6-year relationships and stuff like that. Yeah, like you know, it is kind of nice. Like Miss Joy, she's sitting there waiting, you know, because I'll be that person, the open door, be like, oh my God, this date was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Pour me something, you know, be like, hell yeah, let me tell you about the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. It's like it's somebody that you know is on your side. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless. And it's like, you're not asking them to solve all your problems, but like, can you just listen? You know what I'm saying? Can you help me decompress, you know, and get some things off my chest? Maybe give some good suggestions, or, you know, what you think about, you know what I'm saying? An outside opinion. That's what I really do appreciate a lot from relationships as well. Just that companionship, is sharing that type of stuff. I like that. What about you, Miss Joy? What's your favorite part about being married?
So Auntie definitely stole mine. It's definitely the camaraderie. I mean, I married my best friend. I still get butterflies. You know, he called me earlier today and, you know, complimented me like we was 2 teenagers, honey. I was ready to get home. I'm like,
well, say you need to be prepared, man.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. It's like, it's just always so funny, you know. And honestly, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be feeling bad for the people who be just so negative, you know what I'm saying, about relationships. It's just like, damn, poor baby, bless your heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, just treat them like great grandmama did.
Yeah, all we would do together, just like I said, just we're in the kitchen, we cooking stuff together, or you know what I'm saying, we done got a new piece of furniture or something, or a kid's toy or something. We got to figure out how to get the instructions right, all that together. Company coming over and just entertaining guests, you know, stuff like that, just kind of doing all of that together. And like I said, the holidays, putting up the Christmas tree and all of that stuff, decorating out, like just doing that stuff together, you know, doing that stuff together. And those are the things that you do kind of miss from when you're single as opposed to when you're married. Now, granted,
I never hear money. All of the things you name are all real, genuine things, and the simplicities of life, you know. But all of the reason why people break up be all these other things. Right. But look at the things that she's saying, and look at the things that he's even saying. It's all simple things. Nothing have nothing to do with money, high value, none of these things. It just have something to do with simple stuff. Yeah, that's what make relationships, and the simple stuff break relationships too, man.
That's true. The simple will break it up too.
Simple stuff. Not even about the things that
especially like when those things aren't there, because it's so many people that I think are either in marriages or relationships or whatever, and they ain't really together. They just kind of roommates, whatever. I compare it to, it's like a team. Y'all wearing the same uniform, but y'all ain't really a team. There's no helping the helper. There's no kind of, I cover up your strengths, you maximize my weaknesses, all of that stuff. Or I'm sorry, I maximize your strengths, you cover up my weaknesses, you know, all of that stuff like that. That's really what it is to kind of be a team. And most of these relationships, and even on these panels, people don't really talk about those things. I think a lot of folks really just don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know, they really don't. They people see things from a selfish perspective. It's all about what I want and I me, what I like and this and that. And this person got to give me what I want. It's like, yo, just hire somebody, bro. Just hire somebody. If that's, pretty sure they'll do whatever you pay them to do. But yeah,
hire somebody is crazy though.
Hey,
but I get what you're saying. Because just like they say, like when a man say, yo, I need a woman to be my peace, right? But a woman can't be a peace. She can only be peaceful. Right. I got to bring my own peace to my own self. She can only be peaceful so that we could just get this thing, I mean, in a unison and we vibing. But she can't bring me peace. If I'm disturbed already, how the hell is she going to bring me peace? You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing whatever in my own, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a tall order, man.
That is a fact, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you hear that from a lot of dudes that don't have peace within themselves. I can't speak for the women, but I will say I have heard a lot of women, they got the same issue. But that's why I say a lot of that stuff is not gender specific. But yeah, dudes talk about, oh, you got to be my peace. Now you got to already have peace. If you already had peace, you already know, you would know whether or not this woman can help she can help with that, or she's going to mess it up. She's not even going to be able to get in there. She's not going to fit. It's a piece that wouldn't even fit if it's not going to work. So I agree.
Hey man, some good stuff up here. I'm not sure if Jen is still busy or not. And Michelle, if your microphone is working, we're gonna get final thoughts on relationships, ladies. Well, Michelle, I already know how you feel. You're not trying to get married at all. And that's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that anybody should be forced, you know what I'm saying, to do something or be in a dynamic that is not going to be good for them. So kudos to you, you know what I'm saying, for knowing what you do not want in this life instead of trying to force some shit and, you know, it being something terrible for the both of y'all. So Genesis, you busy? I saw you wave. Got any final thoughts, hon? No? She's off of mute. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Hey, Rakim, nigga always showing up late. Whatever. You missed a good one. Hit the replay though. This was a really good one. Just finally hearing some positivity about marriage. Okay. Instead of all of the, you know, the things that could go wrong and whatever happened to somebody else. This is a great replay panel. Shouts out to everybody that, you know, help me out with it. Uda, I appreciate you. I think this is your first time over here, right? Yeah, appreciate you. Miss Joy, I appreciate you as always. Michelle and Jen, Thank y'all for coming through. Jim be so excited. She be like, drop the link, drop the link. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later in these YouTube streets. I'm gonna drop everybody down. Thank you, love, for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Same to you, Michelle. Thanks for joining me. I can't hear you, but we gonna get you together one day. All right. So that is gonna be it for us. All right, just like I said, it's a lot of different reasons, why people don't get married. I suggest that you take your time and do it as right as you can the first time. If it doesn't work out the first time, there's always a second time. As you guys, you heard it here. Even the fellas are willing to give it another shot. So stop listening to these damaged people, these people who don't have no joy inside their hearts, and go after what you want in life. All right. So like always, ooh, yes, let's do it. I can I'll join you after I get back from picking up my daughter, if you don't mind. Because this was a good conversation and we need to hear more of it. So as always, you guys, be good to yourselves so you can be good to others. And I will see y'all on the next one.
It's all about the journey and where are you going?